Ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas!
Tis the season to hawk some podcasts.
La 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 la.
That's right. This year, we're peddling you our new bullshit. Is that good for an ad?
It's honest. It's probably the most honest thing you've ever done.
That's how you sell.
We're giving you some bullshit.
Business 101, be honest.
Nothing says sell like coughing fits.
Yeah.
We're doing a thing like we did last time.
Yes.
Remember?
Black Friday, Christmas Eve, Black Friday at midnight. We're dropping a new.
We're hitting Duncan's toy chest. 5 floors of cash.
Yep.
We're selling you. We did a full Christmas thing. It's fun. You guys are going to love it if you like us. It's us playing games, having guests, all Christmas talk.
And more importantly, it's for charity.
Well, for us this year.
There's no charity
There's
this
no
year.
charity involved?
No.
We're the charity this year.
Are you serious?
We got in trouble with taxes last year. We're not doing it.
Are you serious?
No. We're the charity this year.
All right, so let's just get this straight. None of your money is going to charity.
and you're buying bullshit.
Holy shit.
We're the good cause this year. I will say, whatever, I do want to say this, whatever third is sold. So if we sell, let's say $300 of albums, I'm sending 100 to a charity of my own. But the bank account, the company account needs the money badly.
Brian's pockets need to be lined.
No, the company's account needs to be lined. Let's be fucking real, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we don't make any money. We got to fucking do this to help the account desperately. So, if you like us, please fucking buy the album.
What's the cost? $1 or something?
It's $5.
$5?
And you're getting 4.5 hours of laughs almost. We do
$1 an
Look
hour.
at it this way, folks. If you don't buy this, there's a good chance this show is going away.
Ed is so far removed, he's off camera.
Sorry, gang.
We're done.
buy the album like you're fucking.
He was ready
your
to
love
burn
for the show
books.
depends on it.
He's ready to burn the books. And just
Give it as gifts. Do whatever you can. Buy the album. I really think you guys are going to have fun with it if you like us. Also,
maybe you know someone who you think would like us, but is too lazy to actually hit the button. You may do it for.
Buy it. This gives a good gift.
Yeah.
Also, on the Reviewing History Pod website, there's merch, which I will be wearing in the future. It's hot off the presses. Ugly sweaters with the new album cover on. It's called The Christmas Freak Off. I think you guys are gonna have a lot of fun listening to this. So please go on bandcamp.com, follow the page to get the alerts. Buy it on Black Friday. Go to reviewinghistorypod.com, buy some shirts and sweaters.
We gotta move some shirts.
We gotta move some
products.
Yep.
These shirts gotta go.
We gotta go.
If we don't move products, we're gonna have to sell one of the cameras to keep it going. It's gonna be a wide shot.
You don't want that.
You don't want that.
No one wants that. So, all right. Enjoy the episode, guys. Hello, you're listening to Reviewing History, your comedy history podcast. I'm filmmaker and teacher Brian Rupert, joined here by...
As always, Team Dagback.
And...
Angie.
Who's playing...
Take it away.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Someone's going to lose an eye. It's going to be Jimmy. We're going to get sued.
Play with the paper.
And we have a guest here. The one and only, Jimmy the Hair Guy. One of my favorite people.
Hey now, what's going on, guys?
It's been too long.
It's been a minute. It's been a little bit.
What did we do last?
The last time Jimmy was on, we did
Private
Howard
Pots.
Stern.
Private Pots.
Yeah. Private
It
Pots.
was like forever ago.
How much did you guys hate this one?
I like this movie.
I liked it.
Movie's good.
Okay.
Oh wow! All right, cool. I thought you guys were gonna hate it.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. He doesn't seem like your kind of guy.
Oh, I don't like Andy Kaufman. I hate him because of the movie, but the movie is good.
So I'm of two minds with it, and we'll talk more about this.
It
as
has
we go.
way too much reverence for him.
It's
Absolutely.
on the outside, a lot of his shit is very funny. Inside, like if I was on the set of Taxi, I'd beat him to
Oh,
death.
you'd kill yourself. Yeah. Or him.
But on the outside, you're like, this is fucking funny.
Yeah.
When you're in on the joke, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. Some of it is just unfunny. Like the foreign guy thing.
Latka.
Not even Latka.
Just the bit.
I can't look. Okay. So I've never seen an episode of Taxi.
Shocker.
So my thing, I do want to talk about Taxi. My thing with Taxi, I never saw a full episode either.
Yeah.
I'd be watching like Saturday cartoons. It's like that and MASH.
Yeah.
It's like they come
I
on.
couldn't change the channel fast.
Immediate channel change.
Yeah. But
theme song, man.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
But like all the bits of him just talking slowly, I just am screaming, "Get on with it!" at the TV. You know, like enough. He just seems like such a chore to be around. But that being said, I went and looked up some stuff about him, and I realized that the movie like doesn't really do him justice. It just has this naked reverence, like, oh, the genius, no one understands him, when there's actually a decent story in there.
Okay.
I find Jim Carrey to be far more interesting. I'd rather talk about him for 2 hours than Andy Kaufman.
Well, Jim Carrey, I mean, when he does this is his first like dramatic role, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Pseudo dramatic role. Is this
Yeah.
before Truman Show?
It's right after.
Oh, it's 1, 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Truman Show's 97, I think. Maybe 98, and this is 99.
Mhm.
Truman Show's 97? I thought it was 99 too.
No, it's 97 or 98.
98 is Truman Show. You're right.
That's a great movie.
That's his first dramatic role.
Yep.
Okay. I
This-
like Truman Show.
I think this was his first R-rated movie.
Cable Guy, right?
No.
No. Yeah.
I remember because I was a Jim Carrey freak, as I'm sure most of us
Everyone
were.
was, yeah.
And this was the first movie he came out with that I couldn't go see.
Really?
Yeah, this and then Me, Myself, and Irene. Yep. My mom rented it for me like right when it came out.
What was I gonna say? What made you pick this?
I love
This
this
was your
fucking
idea.
movie. Yeah, I've seen this 1,000 times. I've been watching it since it came out on probably DVD.
Do you love Andy Kaufman?
Yeah. I didn't know who he was when I saw it back in
Mhm.
99 or 2000, whatever the fuck.
How old were you in 99?
99.
11.
Okay.
I had no idea who he was. I remember I was telling Michelle, my dad fucking hated him. My dad watched that Fridays live and hated him. Like hated everything about him. Like didn't think he was funny, didn't get it. Was like rooting for the guy to fucking drag him off screen. I remember him telling me that when the movie came out. Like he didn't want me to see the movie because he hated Andy Kaufman so much. My mother actually really liked him because she was a big Taxi fan. So when my dad went on like a business trip or something, my mom rented the movie so we could watch it because she knew he wouldn't want anything to do with it. And I've seen it 1,000 fucking times.
When I was watching it, my mother actually called me, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm watching the Andy Kaufman movie. What do you think of him?" And she was like, "Latka was funny, but everything else is just annoying." And I was like, "Yeah, that's about right."
That was his bit, right? Was to annoy people.
He's
That
a
was his whole thing.
provocateur.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
his whole thing.
He's more interested in pissing off the audience than portraying any entertainment.
Yeah.
But obviously, he has a lot of children, like guys that are influenced by him and inspired by him. Chief among them, and the one that kept coming to my mind, I'm sure it came to yours as well, since you're wearing the shirt, is Tom Green.
I was thinking of that the whole time too.
Now,
Yeah.
Tom Green is doing more or less the same type of thing, where he's there to piss off the people around. He's fucking with everyone around
Yes.
him. But A, it's hilarious. It's not just him making noises and going, it's fucking funny, the shit he does. And the audience is actually in on it with Tom Green.
Yeah, it's
Whereas
never as
he's
much-
fucking with the innocent bystander.
Mhm.
Whereas Andy's fucking with the audience themselves. You know what I mean?
And I do think it's fun sometimes to watch someone fuck with the audience.
Sure. Like
The Joker. Joker 2.
our favorite Tom Green thing that we talk about
Joshua.
constantly is
Joshua.
him getting on stage and
It-
just making sounds and screaming. Yeah.
Joshua,
Yeah.
Joshua, and that, yeah, it's
But
so
us, the
funny.
viewer, are completely in on it.
Yeah.
Them in the audience at the stage are not.
Yeah,
But we are watching it. We're there with him. Andy Kaufman's fucking with you while you're sitting in your living room at home.
Right.
Which is kind of funny if you can recognize
I
it.
understand it's funny, but it's just like no, you know. I get,
I'm the one who wants to be entertained. I don't want to be
I respect
abused.
it, but I don't enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I enjoy it. I don't know. Maybe it's like a sadistic thing.
You deep down are a troll.
I kind of, yeah.
And so was he.
I have a little Kaufman in me.
You got a little Kaufman in you. I've seen you do things that you found funny and nobody else did, but you was like, it's funny to me, so I'm gonna do it. And
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's an Andy Kaufman thing. Like completely.
What's your take on that? Compared to like Tom Green, let's say.
Oh, I think it's a great comparison.
Mhm.
I think it's great. You're right though. Like imagine like paying money to go see him.
Right.
And he reads you fucking Gatsby.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
I'd worship that.
I think it's so good.
I would be the guy like, yeah.
I think I would too.
Glad,
But
yeah.
you know, we might be. In
Oh,
the
I would
minority.
respect. I get why it's funny and why.
It's like, oh, you wanted fucking
Yeah.
Laka? Now you get
Oh,
this.
I love that. I love that. I mean,
but that supposedly, that's not how that went down.
Well, there's a lot of inaccuracies here.
yes, there is.
The movie is stretched and warped. Timelines are
Yes,
rearranged.
They sure are.
And they actually even address it at the beginning of
he
the movie.
does.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
That
The
blew my
first thing
mind.
in the movie, they're like, hey, this is a movie.
Yeah.
We're trying to make it work.
Yeah.
Um,
Have you seen this before?
I saw it, so I wanted to talk about this. Jim Carrey was my idol.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so Ace Ventura hits. I'm in second grade. I'm like, or first grade. No, I'm in first grade. And I'm like, talking with your ass is the greatest thing ever.
His run from, I guess, Ace Ventura was the
94
first thing.
to when would you say it ended?
99 with this. This is, so he had 8 movies in a row that all grossed $250 million in.
Even
Not
the
Cable
box
Guy.
office.
Cable Guy was a bomb.
Cable Guy did okay. It just didn't make
The critics hated it.
critics hated
But
it.
I think they shit on it more because he had become the highest paid
Yeah.
actor of all time
Right.
before that movie. So they were just like, fuck you.
Mhm.
You know?
It was still a hit.
It
Just
was $20 million.
you know, no, it wasn't Dumb and Dumber big or The Mask
Yeah.
big or Batman Forever big.
Of all those
Or Liar,
movies,
Liar,
Cable
big.
Guy is the only one I saw in theaters.
Really,
It's also my favorite. I think that's
Cable Guy's probably the
genius
best. Oh, it
movie,
is. Absolutely is.
yeah. But yeah, his run is like almost second to none. As far-
Huge.
Yeah, like there's people that have had bigger movies, but I don't think they've had that many in a row.
Just hit after hit
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
hit.
Anything he touched was gold.
Yeah.
Virtually.
And then in the early, not so much there, like the mid 2000s, he went off the rails and became a weird fucking guy.
Well, I want to talk about this real
Well,
quick.
we will,
Yeah.
but just his trajectory is bizarre because he comes from extreme poverty, right?
Yes.
In Canada, he lived in a van with his family.
Down by the
whole
river.
all 4 of them lived in a fucking van. He lived in a tent in like a park for a while, and then just persevered throughout the entirety of the 80s, just plugging away trying to be like a star,
Mhm.
and then it just hit with the fucking.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
Jamie Foxx
supremely
show.
talented dude.
What's the show?
Living Color.
Living Color.
Right.
But so he was my idol. Like I loved all his shit. I did like impressions of him. I would talk with my ass in front of the classroom when the teacher wasn't looking.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a class clown. I wanted to be Jim Carrey.
Mhm.
He was the coolest dude ever. He's pulling friggin' Cameron Diaz. And even young Brian is like, if you're funny enough, you can get a Cameron Diaz. So
She's in that movie. She's on the short list of hottest a woman has ever looked ever.
yeah, I
The
wouldn't
Mask.
even disagree in the
The
mask.
Go.
Yeah.
Go.
I always thought your dad reminded me of the villain in the mask.
Peter Green.
Not surprising.
Do you see
Just-
it?
Yeah, I get it. I get why you would see it, but there's no looks wise, no. But
You don't think so at all?
Fucking
no,
Zed from Pulp Fiction.
no, definitely doesn't look like him, but I could see demeanor wise.
Zed's dead, baby.
Yeah. But so I loved Jim Carrey. Anything he did, my parents would take me opening weekend.
Mhm.
We would see it because they knew that was like my
That's
fucking
your guy.
hero. I saw Truman Show, and I remember the trailers for at this time were kind of deceptive
The
because
Truman Show?
at least to me as a kid, everything Jim Carrey had been in was a
Comedy,
straight
yeah.
comedy. Like you're supposed to laugh.
Right.
And then Truman Show comes out and it's like, it's not really funny.
Right.
And as a kid seeing it in a theater, I'm like,
What is
I
this?
enjoy it, but it's not what I would.
He's
It's
not
not
doing
funny.
antics.
It's a
He's not being
deeper
silly.
movie than
What is
the
this?
9-year-old is gonna.
I can't really
yeah.
appreciate. I mean, I enjoy it, and then when this comes out, I'm fully obsessed with professional wrestling. Like
Oh,
I
really?
just got bit with the pro wrestling bug.
Was it the Attitude Era?
It's the Attitude Era. So Jerry Lawler's in it. Jim Ross is in it.
Jimmy
Oh,
the
yeah.
King.
The two announcers. Jerry
Jerry.
Lawler's wife/girlfriend at the time, the cat, is in the movie in a brief cameo at the end, and she showed her boobs twice in WWE Attitude Era pay-per-views. So I was like really into that.
I don't remember that.
Armageddon,
Nice.
she flashed, and one other time.
Nice.
Yeah, I wore out my VHSs of it. Trust me, it's real.
Wow.
And my early internet usage. So I was big into that and knew she had a cameo at the end, which most people won't realize. She's sitting like, it's like a split second and you'll miss a cameo,
Mhm.
but she's sitting next to Jerry Lawler when they're at Andy's funeral at the end.
Oh.
But it was everything that I would want.
You know what's weird about this movie? Watching it now, the events that are depicted in it happened almost 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. And when they made the movie, it's like 20 years afterward, or maybe even less, maybe like 15 years. Some of the stuff, because some of the stuff's like the mid 80s.
Yeah.
Everybody, like, there's a lot of guys playing themselves in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's totally fine.
Yes.
But it's just weird that like so much time has passed. It doesn't feel like
They tried to make everybody as authentic as possible.
Right.
Well, it doesn't.
except for Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted, it's funny because 99, it seems like not that long ago, but
It's
then I
20
stop and think it's 25 years
years,
ago.
years.
And it's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
where did my life go?
Right.
100%
We're
true.
further away from this movie than the movie was from the events.
I know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But so I saw this in theaters and I really fucking loved it.
You
And
loved it.
I loved it.
Wow.
Jim Carrey, I thought at this point, I'm like a year older, has wrestling in it.
Mhm.
I can understand the story.
Right.
It's more simple than Truman Show.
For me, this is one of those movies that I saw in pieces on TV, like over long periods. I think they used to
Okay.
play it on HBO a lot. So I would
Yeah.
get like sections of it. I don't think I ever sat and watched the whole thing until yesterday. 2 days ago. I definitely never saw that opening scene with the credits.
I think that was the first time I saw that opening.
That was
I
kinda
probably
fun.
missed it in theaters. I was probably running late.
Mm.
But what?
Nothing.
The good
It's
old
funny.
days. What about you, Steve? You know the movie?
I've known the movie quite well.
Been quite
I've
a
seen
few
it
times.
a few times in its entirety. I love it. Always have. Same thing. Jim Carrey was a huge part in my childhood. I was obsessed with Ace Ventura as well, both of us. And my wife, though, never saw the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So at the beginning part, when he walked away from the credits, she was just like, "Oh, was like the movie over or something?" Like she walked in
She
after.
fell for it?
She fell for it, and I was like, "No, just wait." And she cried at the end. Obviously, she cries at
Okay.
everything. But yeah, I very well versed in this film. So
All right. And the title comes from an REM song they did in 92.
Mhm.
Man on the Moon, all about
Wait,
Andy
the
Kaufman.
movie the song isn't from the movie?
No.
Oh,
No, they
shit.
wrote a song about Andy and then they just used that title for the movie.
And they did all the
they used
music.
it as like the fucking
Yeah.
theme of the movie.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
they
That's
do
the score.
orchestrated version.
It's all- yeah, it says music by REM. They wrote Great Beyond for this.
Oh,
you ever seen
wow.
the video back in 99 when this was coming out?
No, I never saw the video.
The video was on MTV a lot, and it was like REM like in a box, cutting back and forth between that and Andy, clips of Andy, or Jim Carrey as Andy.
That song was like a staple at Applebee's when we worked there.
Oh, yeah.
So I heard it every day for like 10 years.
If
Oh,
you
shit.
believe.
It's a good torture
It is
jam.
a good song.
well, this is directed by Milos Forman.
Yes.
Milos Forman.
Yep.
Second time we're talking about him.
But
Amadeus,
Amadeus, Cuckoo's Nest.
Nest,
and this.
legendary,
Peele versus Larry Flint.
Larry
Yeah.
Flint.
Same writers as this too.
Yeah.
legendary.
Great, one of the best ever.
I went to his grave.
Did you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he
in-
pissed all
Oh,
over.
yeah,
it.
you've been on like a
No.
world tour of
Yeah,
gravestones.
he's in Connecticut, I believe. Yeah, I love him.
Was this all like recently you went to all these different cemeteries?
It might have been this year or last year. It was recent.
Yeah.
I saw you went to Robert Reed's.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fun.
That was in Chicago. Yeah, I hit like 10 graves in Chicago.
Let's see. So
Is there like a big grave you want to get to? Hitler, gotta get to the wolf's nest.
I don't know. Probably like Hollywood
There's an
Forever.
archives in the former Soviet Union. I gotta stop by.
Probably fucking Hollywood Forever, I guess. You know who I tried to fucking find in Connecticut and I couldn't? Doug Kenny. You did his movie.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Can't fucking find him. We fucking ran around this cemetery in Connecticut looking for him. I have 3 windows on my phone open.
Were you sure he was in there?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
should have been able to find him.
There's no
Yeah,
director
actually.
or anything?
I don't know. It's fucked up. I mean, he fell off a cliff or whatever in Hawaii or some
Yeah.
shit. And then they
Yeah.
put something in Connecticut with his name on it. I couldn't find him.
Well, he's not going anywhere.
No,
so
he's
he'll
not.
have other chances.
I've got multiple windows open for when I go back. I'll track him down.
What I found interesting about this in that beginning.
Have you been to
part
Andy
that-
Kaufman's grave? I'm sorry, Steve.
Fuck you, bro.
I'm sorry. No,
Go
no.
ahead.
Only in my dreams. Let Steve talk.
Fuck you.
Just because we're talking about graves, I didn't want to forget it.
Well, where's Andy?
Well, that's why I wanted to ask.
I don't probably fucking Hollywood if I had to guess.
He might not be dead. You may want to investigate, Jimmy.
I'm pretty sure he's dead.
No, you now have to dedicate your life to finding this out for us.
All right, what were you saying, Steve? I'm sorry.
No, in the beginning where they show the credits, like that trick, my wife noticed the name Brian Peck.
Did you see him in the movie?
I saw him in the movie.
I pointed him out to
I
Michelle.
didn't realize him at first.
I went,
wife
that's
did
Pickle
right
Boy.
away.
I didn't realize at first. I
Yeah.
was like, oh no.
I recognized him immediately. I'm
But
like,
then I
that's
saw there was
Pickle
kids in the
Boy.
beginning, and I'm like, oh, double no.
Who's Brian Peck?
So it's someone that I don't know either. My wife pointed out. She goes, "That's the guy that raped Drake Bell."
It
Pedophile.
is. There was a recent documentary series.
I watched
from
that.
the 90s. Yeah. Remember Pickle Boy?
Yeah.
He was in it.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
that's the guy.
He introduced the Fridays scene.
Yep.
There's a lot of cameos in this.
Oh, yeah.
Norm Macdonald's in there.
Norm
Remember Donald, you know who he was playing?
Just wait.
Okay.
Don't say. Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, I know.
There's a million connections to.
I know.
Wonder if Steve knows.
Yeah. All right. But should we dive into the movie?
Sure.
Yep.
All right. So we spoke about the intro, so I guess we can get past that. Movie cuts to Long Island.
As a child.
Childhood
stuff.
He's jumping on the bed.
50s.
Being mischievous. He's like singing to.
He's doing a bit.
He's doing a bit.
Yeah. Do the bit.
To the wall.
To the wall.
Yeah, and supposedly he liked that. He liked when he was a kid. He used to pretend there were cameras on the wall when he was always performing. So
This
Young age, he wanted to be an actor.
this reminded me of my childhood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
Used
if
to jump on the bed doing European.
I would jump on the
Tonight Show.
bed, but I'll tell you a
Would your
story.
dad come in and tell you you suck?
You're not far off. I'll tell you the story. So, my father and mother were downstairs. They were trying to watch Saturday Night Live, and me and my sister, where we lived at the time, the backyards was all woods, right?
Mhm.
And like we were performing, and we had the radio up really loud, and we were playing music for the animals. So we had the music on full blast with the speaker
you
by the
moved
windows.
speaker to the window.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we
We're
were
playing music for the animals.
yeah. And my father kept screaming and having my sister go down and tell me to lower it.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, no, we're playing music for the animals. I'm like, I'm in elementary school. I'm younger. And they're trying to watch Saturday Night Live and I'm playing music out the window. Eventually, my father storms upstairs, rips the speaker out of the wall, sparks fly, the wire cuts him. He starts bleeding. And my sister and me, because there's like a spark, we get scared. We jump under my desk, and my father takes my stereo and he smashes it onto the ground in front of us and just starts jumping on it. He goes, "I told you to turn that fucking thing off." And he was screaming, and me and my sister are hurtled in fear, hugging each other. He's like bleeding from his hand, like frothing,
This is a
stomping
core
on the
moment for you,
stereo.
huh?
And me and my sister are terrified. And then he goes downstairs, and we look at him before he leaves, and we go, "We just wanted to play music for the animals." And he walks away.
He was not moved whatsoever by your adorability.
It probably hurt him inside, I like to think,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Like
I
the
mean,
Meg.
it didn't bring my stereo back.
I feel like he just didn't know how to enforce discipline without just rage.
It's army stuff.
Well, I mean, there was the time I think I've told this, I got the captain's mess.
I know the story. I don't know if you told
So-
me on the show.
I got off at the wrong bus because the wrong bus stop because I wanted to get off a stop earlier to get off the bus with my friend. So the bus comes, I'm not there. My father is worried. My friend's father, he lives like down the block from us. He brings me and the kid back, and I'm in 1st or 2nd grade. My father now is terrified because I was missing.
The bus came and you didn't get off it.
Exactly. And now once I'm back, you'd think there'd be relief, but no. I was taken into the backyard and I had to stand with my backpack on in attention at like staring at the wall. Like I couldn't move like this. And my father just walked around me in a circle, berating me, screaming in my face, like army style, like just yelling at me harshly for, I don't know how long.
Was he a military guy?
Yeah.
He had done,
Army, wasn't he?
He did a stint in the reserves. Like the National Guard.
So he was fake military.
Yeah, he wasn't real military, but he was in the National Guard. But he had like screamed in my face and just yelled at me military style discipline, and I think I had to do push-ups and shit.
Was there a moment where you just stopped caring about that type of shit?
Well, eventually when I got old enough, punishment became like even a beating, like getting hit. I stopped giving a shit about it because it's like, all right, whatever.
The way I look at it, everybody takes a beat.
But I was like,
he was Ray Liotta.
I was like, I'd rather get beat up and then go back to doing what I'm doing. And then they realized that the real torment would be to take things away from me. So it would be like taking away my SNES.
Like a podcast.
He meets me. I'm unloading cigarettes from a truck.
Look at my headphones. Aren't they great?
We're working together.
When I first dated my wife, I took her to TESD Studios.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody knew him. I don't know how.
You don't have hands like a camera operator.
I'm a director.
Did you happen to notice who played Little Andy?
No, I didn't.
I recognized him.
Did you?
Yes. And when I was watching, I was like, that's the kid from... He was young Tony Soprano on The Sopranos.
Yep, that is correct. He was also young Howard Stern in Private Parts. I must have a thing for this
young
kid.
Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
Reoccurring.
Does he ever play his own character? No.
I just IMDb'd him. He hasn't worked since 2004.
Oh, God.
Stop being
He
cute.
aged out, yeah.
Or he fell into the wrong hands.
He's good at playing antagonistic Jews.
I mean, Peck was on
Yeah,
the show.
Brian Peck got him.
Was on the show,
Jesus.
so a good chance.
So
there's a good transition here where it's like he's singing these childish songs,
Yes.
and that's his act as an adult.
Yeah.
yes.
Hold on, before we continue.
Okay.
Do you remember the flashback scene in Cable Guy? How you
Tw-
said I would get a baby brother to play with.
Yeah.
Is that him?
I don't think so. Let me look. I don't think
Figure
so.
this
I
out.
think that might be him. You know what I'm talking about?
I know the scene you're talking
Well,
about.
That's
they're
why
actually-
mommy's going to happy hour.
No,
Yeah.
it's not him.
All right.
All right.
That would have been too good. Yeah.
It would have been, yeah.
But yeah, so he's singing like child songs to the adults.
Yes. The
Yeah.
cow goes meow.
Meow.
The cat goes meow.
Cat goes meow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It is, but this
Is
is
it?
It's
where I
moderately
feel like
funny.
they've made a mistake.
Why is that?
Because I looked into this and he had a storied, life prior to that. So the movie fast forwards to now he's Jim Carrey. He's not a child.
Yes.
He's a failed comedian.
And he's just like in stand up.
Yeah.
Whereas there's a lot of stuff leading to that. Like he was a teacher. He became a drug addict for a while.
So you're saying there's still time for me.
Well, you got to get to drugs first.
He became a drug addict for a while and then like discovered that meditation shit that like saved his life.
Oh, the TM.
And he reworked like his whole world into like being an entertainer through that. And I think there's a story in there to like give context to his whole life, not just this blind the genius that nobody understands thing. Like we can build him up a lot better.
Okay.
That's my one problem with the movie. Other than that,
his
fine.
family took issue with the movie too.
It's too much of just like showing his bits,
Well, it's what the public sees.
Well, I would imagine if you're an Andy Kaufman fan when this movie comes out, you're probably pretty familiar with just about every single thing in the movie. It's just recreating like moments.
Well,
from his
that's what I
career.
wanted to say. Is the movie more for people that were like 9 to 13, exposing them to Andy Kaufman?
I think so.
People
I
like
think
us.
people like us would receive the movie better than older people.
Well, you don't know about it until you see the movie if you didn't live through it.
Exactly.
Right.
So I think they did it exactly what they wanted to.
That's why Brian is correct. I think though. Like, like someone's, oh yeah, I remember when this happened.
Like Jim Carrey's not making that for his demographic. He's
I think
making,
they are making a demographic, but they fail at doing it, and instead it appeals like by accident to younger people.
to people exposed to it for the first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Which are Jim Carrey's fans.
Right.
But
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I do think the movie works also like for adults because you're watching a great performance. Jim Carrey's fantastic.
Imagine
it's
watching
one of the better performances ever, realistically.
Imagine watching like a Fred Durst movie.
I'm listening.
Oh, God. That sounds wonderful.
And it's all, and they don't get into his life really at all, or like who he is as a person. Is just like recreating
Performances.
Woodstock '99.
And like the Nookie.
Yeah,
This is all I want in the world.
that's
now.
what it must have been like for people watching the Andy Kaufman.
I picture it as like a reverend scene where he's at like a hat rack with a bunch of hats.
The red one's glowing.
Yeah, it's like-
yeah.
Yeah, man, I don't know what hat to wear. Oh shit, red.
I'll say this.
Nah, it doesn't feel right. And then
Oh,
it
shit.
zooms in on his face and zooms out, and he's like, "I did it all for the Nookie,
Right.
the Nookie."
That's the transition. That's
Yeah,
gold.
yeah.
And
Gold.
you know Paul Giamatti's in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He's the manager or something.
Fred, this is it. This is you.
Yeah. he's a record executive. Yeah,
And, I think, you know what?
this shit, I'm loving it.
Now that you say that, now
Wait.
that you put it in the terms of Fred, I agree with you
Yeah.
because I know Fred Durst's like childhood to some extent. Like
Yeah.
I've watched interviews, and it's like if they didn't show that in the movie, I'd be pissed.
Right.
So I understand now. I get it.
Fred was in the Navy. You know,
See,
that,
but
right?
they would have skipped that.
No, they
would
skipped that.
He was
yeah.
a metalhead. They would have skipped that too. They'd be like, look at this little kid with
Right.
the microphone singing, and then it would have been like straight.
Just all of a sudden, there's hot dog flavored water all over everybody.
Totally. That'd be horse shit.
Look, guys, I got to do things my way.
Right.
That'd be horse shit.
We got to have faith.
Yeah.
I need a Durst biopic now.
I think it would make billions.
Oh, I think it.
I don't
like,
think it would cost
every
much.
box office record.
Yeah.
I think it could do it fairly easy with a green screen.
Oh, we do it here,
Just straight green screen, yeah.
Jimmy. Will you be Wes Borland?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I guess you got to play Fred, right?
I'm Fred, obviously. Yeah.
You gotta cut a little weight to play
Fred's a little pudgy.
Fred. No, it is no.
He was always a little heftier.
No, he
I think,
wasn't.
right?
I want to play Kid Rock.
Oh, you kidding? I meet you backstage.
Didn't he hang out with a dwarf? I want to be that guy.
Oh no, Jimmy's Joe C.
That's perfect casting.
Anyway, so
he
he's
got
doing the kid
fired.
songs,
Yeah.
and he was a regular at this club, which I think is the Improv in the movie, right?
The
Yeah,
improv-
it's the improv.
Improv later, right? I
Later,
don't think
yes, you're
that's
right.
them-
Yeah, this is just a random club that
Because
finds
Bud
him.
Friedman plays himself at the improv.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And now he's like,
Did you notice who plays the guy who fires him?
no.
That was George Shapiro.
The real George Shapiro.
real George
Ah.
The real
Shapiro.
Danny DeVito character.
Yeah.
So the real George Shapiro, I did want to talk about him since we just brought him up.
Mhm.
He has a couple of notable clients, the most famous of which, Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh yeah.
Really?
He's
Oh, yeah.
Seinfeld's manager, yes.
God
You
damn
see
it.
his name at the end of every episode.
Yep.
And Howard West, right?
I believe so.
And they both produce this.
Yeah, but
He probably made some money over the years.
I
Just a
mean,
little.
Kaufman, Jerry, yeah, he did very well for himself.
Just a
And
little.
he got 10%. Like, just think, once he gets Seinfeld, the show to exist,
Mhm.
his work is almost done.
He gets 10% of the show.
I'm assuming that, I don't know what the deal was.
No,
I'm
there's no way. That's
I'm assuming standard agent fee is 10%, right? And he
I
produced
don't know.
every
How much
episode.
do you give your agent?
backwards, man, backwards, man.
I can walk back fast.
So now Andy Kaufman does like the foreign man bit
At the Improv. Yeah.
and Elvis, and it kills.
Yeah.
Elvis was good. Like if you're going from Foreign Man to Elvis, that was funny.
Well, that's the punchline,
Yeah.
right? And then he closes with "Thank you very much."
Yes.
Very funny.
He's tricking the audience into thinking he's a foreign guy.
I like the Jimmy Carter impression too.
Hello.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Yes. Very good. It might go something like this.
Now, you know what it reminded me of, kind of? Do you remember, Steve, when we would do the auditions for like the feature for the uninvited guest?
God,
And we
yeah,
would
that was a
have
long
these,
day.
like, you
Fucking
would
3
have
hours.
these actors and actresses come in that had the thickest foreign accents,
Yeah.
and they're trying to,
This was like red-blooded American teens.
yeah, they're trying to play like red-blooded American teens, and they're reading in like the thickest Chinese accents you could imagine, and
You
it's
should have
like
hired them. That would have been hilarious.
The thing is, it's like,
we were trying
it
not to
says
laugh
on
in
it,
their
like,
faces.
It says on like younger role. Like
Yeah.
it does. It didn't say like anybody. And we got like 50-year-old Indian woman who barely
Growing
spoke
up
English.
here in Staten Island.
I'm like, what's what?
like the so like, you know, they introduce themselves like I'm reading for whatever part, and this woman's accent is so thick, and the character's name is Rob, and she goes, "Hello, Rob," and like she does the full like dialogue,
Full
and
read.
it's like, dude, like you're never gonna get this. Why are you
Why
even
are you
here?
here?
Like, it's
And
yeah.
There's 4 of us, and we're just like,
We're trying
oh.
not to laugh in her and like be dicks, but it's like, you know, but
I
that's
think we were
it
professional. I
really
think we
reminded me.
laughed,
We
but
didn't laugh. We
it
laughed
was-
after.
It was tough. Yeah,
we definitely
laughed
watched
after,
the
yeah.
tape a lot after. But like,
Well, we had to.
yeah, the Laka shit is kind of like that. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, and I think that's what's funny is you switch that off to become like this weird Elvis Presley guy, and then go right back to it. That's
Yes.
brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it is. It's
Because
very
if
funny.
let's say somebody walked into that audition room and did that, and it's like, can I read for someone else? And we were like, okay, and then they just like did Shakespearean performance, I would have laughed my ass off. Would
yeah,
have been like, that's
I'd be like,
so
okay,
good.
you're a genius. I
So
need to
good.
hire you.
Yeah.
Does it then cut to SNL?
Well, no, you get
Next thing.
DeVito.
Yeah, DeVito sees
Oh,
this,
yeah.
and
They have dinner together.
he goes, and you know,
Song
they're
and dance,
friends.
man.
He's a song and dance man. At first, he's trying to keep up the bit with Danny DeVito, but
Yeah.
once he finds out that he can get representation, he's like, "Oh, no, yeah,
Yeah. Oh, you're Shapiro. Oh God. Like
yeah." So they have dinner, and now immediately George Shapiro gets a call from Tony Clifton.
Yes.
No, that's not till later.
No, it's now.
It's right now.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
After the booger bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like putting the boogers
Fake
in, fucking
booger.
with
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
And then he gets a call from Tony Clifton threatening him to stay away from
Best
Andy
character.
Kaufman.
Best characters.
Oh, Clifton?
Oh
The
my
greatest.
God.
Clifton is funny.
The greatest.
Clifton is
The-
very
so
the
good.
greatest.
just that whole thing is very good. So I'm not gonna shit on that at all.
It's very funny to call up your new manager.
Yes.
As a
Threaten
fake
him.
just
character.
fucking with him.
Yeah.
Stay away from comfort.
And I like someone gives someone gives Andy the advice that silence is the key to funny.
So that he's doing transcendental meditation.
Yes. And
I
he
guess his
asks,
teacher.
yes, that's
yeah,
it.
it's like, what's funny? And he goes, silence. That's the right answer. It's the right answer.
You think silence is the key to funny.
I think if you do it correctly, it's brilliant. Yeah, ready? Well, yeah. You got him.
This is the funniest goddamn show we ever did.
If you looked at Brian's mannerisms, and he's saying we're safe. He's doing this.
That's why Chaplin's so good.
Right.
No, let it breathe more. Just
Let it
take
breathe.
it down. I honestly, I'm going to tell you guys, I did think about like having like 80 minutes of silence to start the episode to fuck with people.
Yeah.
80?
Like I really thought about just
80
completely
is
fucking with
excessive.
people.
Maybe 5. Didn't you accidentally do that recently?
Probably.
Like an accent, like 25 minutes of dead air or something.
Is the Mighty Mouse thing funny? I don't get it.
You
maybe.
saying that was so shocking.
Yeah.
Jimmy's fiance drops her phone.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Is Mighty Mouse funny?
I don't
think.
find it very funny. I'll be honest.
No, I mean, no. Maybe in the context of 1975 or whatever the fuck it was.
It's like a
but-
proto TikTok
Yeah.
where like the
sort
kids
of.
dub themselves.
Mhm.
I think the joke is just that he's doing this on live television. But even so, it's not like it's outrageous or something. It's just weird.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like you turn on a giant show to see a really good performance,
Right.
and then you get him just playing a record and being awkward, and then
Missing his mark.
missing
on
it.
purpose.
Yeah, like it's funny. I don't think it's the best, but it's funny.
I do want to also mention they got this wrong. So they're acting like it's Saturday Night Live. Like the first episode.
I think it's the second episode.
Mhm.
Right?
So George Carlin was the host of the first episode.
Yeah.
And the title Saturday Night Live didn't exist until the
Saturday
second
night.
episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Yeah, the original.
Oh,
And
so it was the first episode. It's just had a different.
That-
name.
Richard Belzer.
Richard
was the host
Belzer
in the movie.
was the host in the movie, and he was not the host for the first episode. It was George Carlin, I
Mhm.
believe.
Yeah.
So
Paul Simon was second.
yeah, just want to point out that little
Clear
thing.
it up.
Why is Lorne Michaels so powerful that he's getting Paul Simon in 1976?
The show is new and hip,
Mhm.
I guess.
and it's prime time spot.
I can't believe how much he's in the movie.
Mhm.
Like I remembered, yeah,
As like an actor, yeah.
yeah, I remembered like him in that scene. I remember him coming back later on,
Yeah.
watching from his couch. Like, holy shit!
I'm going to play myself.
Once I found out Dr. Evil is
is
Lorne,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it just changed the whole fucking thing with that movie.
Have you ever heard that the movie is like secretly about Saturday
Yes.
Night Live?
Yes.
Like different
Yeah.
things
Like
represent.
that whole scene where he's burning people with the chair. It was
Yeah.
fun.
So we could do it then, technically.
did I don't know if Mike Myers has hosted since Austin Powers, but did they do a thing where Lauren, like, because to me, I feel like this is an easy SNL bit where you have Lauren be like, "You never thanked me for Dr. Evil," almost, you know, and like you
Yeah.
play with that, one of those fake backstage segments.
You know what Lorne's best moment is ever on SNL was the Tom Green episode when they did Lorne and Tom in a tub.
I don't
I
remember.
You
wish
don't-
I remember.
You don't remember this?
No,
It was a running bit throughout the episode. They kept going back to it. It would just be Lorne and Tom in a bathtub with no shirts on, playing with like rubber duckies.
That's really funny.
Wow!
I don't recall that at
Holy
all.
shit! I don't either.
The Tom Green SNL episode is one of the
That's
best
good.
ever.
I don't remember it.
It's got.
I don't either.
I know it
got
exists.
Did
The
we like
bit where
climb the rafters? and
yes.
shit?
So they had a bit where Jimmy
Yelling.
Fallon and Molly Shannon were bird watching. They were like looking at
Oh,
the
yeah.
eagles. And Tom Green and
do
Will
remember
Ferrell
this.
are the eagles.
Birds.
And they just keep screaming at
Ah,
each other's faces
ah.
and then climbing into the audience and like fucking with people in the audience.
Didn't he feed Will Ferrell?
Yeah,
mouth
they
to
start
mouth?
they start touching tongues and
He
shit.
starts. He chews food and
Yeah.
spits it into Will Ferrell's mouth or something.
The Eagles.
I gotta rewatch that episode now.
It's brilliant. Lauren and Tom in a tub.
I guess Tom Green is like our Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely. I
You ever
he's
meet
better,
him?
though.
Tom Green. Oh
Tom
yeah.
Green. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nowadays he's a little he's off the reserve, but I
Yeah.
love him.
Is he?
Well, he's lived in like the middle of nowhere for a few months.
Really?
He like lives off the land now. He bought a couple of acres.
Yeah.
And
I know he hangs out with
he's
Fred
like
Durst.
a hunter.
Yeah.
He tried saving Tila Tequila at the gathering
Saving her?
Save
during that.
Is she dead?
No, you know how she got like shit thrown at
They
her.
pelted her with human feces.
Yeah.
Oh.
He ran out. He performed that night. And he ran out on stage and tried to calm everybody down. Didn't work.
So he got pelted.
Yeah.
Were you there?
No, I wish.
Yeah, I was throwing my
Were you
shit.
there?
I
She
wish.
was. She was there.
Did you throw your shit?
Did I throw shit?
Yeah.
She didn't throw shit. She threw a rock. in
Yeah,
case
yeah.
the audience didn't know.
Did you see Tom Green?
Yeah, who do you think I got with the rock? I don't know why I gave her my Jimmy impersonation. I'm sorry,
yeah,
Michelle.
yeah, she was okay with Tila, but saw Tom was like, "Fuck this guy."
Yeah.
So
Um,
George gets him a spot on Taxi.
yes. Well, he's offered it,
He's offered, and
and
he's like, "Fuck,
I don't
that."
want this. I hate
No,
sitcoms. He has the Steve stance.
Right.
It's the lowest form of entertainment.
Yep.
He's right.
That's
It
what he
is.
says.
I like a nice sitcom.
What? God
Nobody
forbid
likes
there's
it.
something that's just 20 minutes long and funny,
Yeah.
and you're in and out. God forbid.
It's not funny though. It's fake laughter, like he says.
It's dead people
It's
laughing.
dead people laughing. You can't.
What does that mean? What, it's just pre-recorded.
It's
laughter?
so old
Yeah.
that the
Yeah,
people
it's
are
so
dead.
old.
Okay. I got you.
So he makes illicit demands.
Yes.
Mhm. Clifton gets 4
These
guest spots.
crazy demands too. But there's all this like hype about how the studio, they're like just these faceless, no like mean guys that won't stand for any fun or artistry. They put up with everything he wants.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Half the schedule. He would. What did he work like 2 days a week? Or
Everybody
something?
else would work a full
Yeah.
5-day
5
schedule.
days.
He had a
Right.
2-day-a-week schedule.
And they let him keep coming back. Like
Yeah.
the guy who was the get off my train guy in Ghost.
Vincent Schiavelli.
Yeah,
Vincent
yeah.
Schiavelli,
Also,
yeah.
Dr. Kafka in
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Tomorrow Never Dies. Yeah.
He's also in Amadeus.
I'm just
Yes.
what is it?
Um,
Doing a professional.
I'm just a
doing my
professional doing a job. So was I.
Yeah, so am I.
But he's back later in the movie with the other thing he was doing where he had the gag. What the hell was it? I can't remember. He's back. Come on, help me.
The special, right?
Was it the special?
He's there for the special.
He's there for the special, and he
Who are we talking about?
Oh, and he's there for
Yeah.
Fridays.
Friday.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's there throughout. It's funny they only show Taxi a little bit, and then like they tell him that it got canceled. You hadn't seen him do it in like
Forever.
It was one montage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Christopher Lloyd speak in the movie?
No.
No.
He does
just-
this,
Why do they
he does
bother
this
with him?
face. Bah.
He just shows up and has his mouth open like he's
Yeah.
retarded.
Yeah.
Like he's
Like,
lobotomized.
Pretty much the whole cast except for Devito, because Devito's playing Shapiro. But pretty much
Yeah.
the whole cast is there.
They're all in the movie.
Danza?
Dan's is missing, but
Mm.
Conway's there, Mary Lou Hanna's there, Lloyd's there, and Judd Hirsch is there.
Was Danny DeVito's wife in that show?
Ron Perlman, Rita Perlman.
Ron
Right.
Perlman?
Yeah.
Ron
Ron Perlman.
Right.
DeVito's
That's a
wife.
pair, Ron Perlman
Yes.
and Dave DeVito.
He was Shinzon's fucking emissary.
Ron
Imagine
Perlman.
Ron Perlman and Dane DeVito together. What an odd couple.
That'd be a couple, man.
Who's on top?
I like to think
DeVito.
Dane DeVito. Yeah.
I think it'd have to be.
Has anyone ever like watched Taxi? Because I did.
I never
Yeah.
watched it.
Yeah, I
Is it
have.
good?
I
You like
actually,
it?
yeah, I like it. I actually own the series, but I've never actually popped in the DVDs.
Uh,
I think I got it like Black
I don't-
Friday.
Did we
once.
ask you, like, do you like Andy Kaufman? Are you a fan?
Yeah, yeah, I'm a big fan. But because of this movie, really, I didn't it's not like I went
Mhm.
into it knowing who he was.
yeah.
But since then, like I remember, I got that special he did, with the shit fucking up. Like I got that on DVD from Netflix back in the day.
Huh.
It's really out there.
Did
man.
it ever air?
It had to have.
I
It
guess.
was
It
a
had to have because
soundtrack,
I
yeah.
saw it. Like he did a bit where like he's doing an interview and like he's at this like 8-foot tall desk talking to somebody like down on the
Mhm.
floor. Like it's really fucking wild shit, man. Like
So
it's
it actually
almost
has like some comedy.
yeah.
like-
Oh yeah, it does.
What was
It
it almost like?
does.
I was about to say, like, again, to compare him with Tom Green, it's like Freddie Got Fingered is clearly him fucking around,
Yeah.
And
It's one
trying
of the
to,
funniest movies ever made.
it's also
Yes.
trying to disturb you. Tom Green's trying to make you feel a little disturbed as well.
No, I think he's fucking. He's like shocked that they gave him money to do this, and he's just like being crazy.
Well,
with it.
that's in the movie.
That's what the movie's
That's
about.
the movie's about.
yeah.
It's like I gave him $1 million. I
it's
spent
like-
it on the jewels.
Easy
I
come,
spent
easy
it
go.
on the
Yeah.
house.
Easy come, easy go.
Easy come, easy go.
Jules, Betty.
Jewels. Oh, I watch a lot of Tom Green now.
So I talked to a psychic, and
Brian talked to a psychic.
Brian talks to
Brian
a
talked to
psychic. We don't know why.
What are you doing?
Are you watching
I'm
Naked
looking
Girls?
up the Andy Kaufman special
No.
to see when it aired.
He's got no internet on the
Yeah.
laptop.
Oh, really?
What the fuck is the internet?
The internet.
Andy's Funhouse TV special 1979.
He's wearing a t-shirt of it later on in the
Oh,
film.
you could watch this online?
It's on YouTube. There's no Wikipedia for the special itself.
Strange.
Like
you should make the article.
I wanted to find out where it aired. There's two. Then there's the Andy Kaufman show, which was a TV special in 1983. So I don't know which one of those two it would be.
Was that like an attempt at a talk show?
But it looks like they're both on YouTube. So
Andy had one movie that they didn't cover at all.
What was it?
It's called Hot Beeps. It's actually when they made the Academy Award for special effects, they did it because they wanted to give it to fucking Rick Baker for American Werewolf in London. But they couldn't just, give it to them. They had to nominate something else. So they nominated the Andy Kaufman movie Hot Beeps, which, had no shot in hell.
What's it about?
Robots. I've never seen it. I want to, but he plays a robot.
dude, I want to see this.
1981, I believe.
Okay.
Heartbeats.
Hot Beeps. Yep. Major bomb.
Maybe we'll watch it together, Jim.
Not even included in the film.
Did you ever see that Gene Simmons movie where he's in charge of a bunch of like robots trying to take over the world?
Is that the?
Is that the one with George
Runaway?
Lazenby and
Yeah, I think it might.
John
be.
Stamos, where he's a villain?
Yeah, he's a bad.
Oh,
guy, and the robots kill him.
Never Too Young to Die, I believe.
Is that what it's called?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, George Lazenby, ex-Bond, is in it.
They
George,
did that on How Did This Get Made? I
Gene
think.
Simmons is a transvestite villain
Yeah.
trying to destroy the world. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's something that I've always wanted to see, but I have not
It
yet.
sounds amazing.
It's I know it's going to be terrible, but I got to see it. It has Bond and Gene.
Oh, yeah.
Like that
A
crossover.
match made in heaven.
Yeah.
I drank the Kiss Cold this morning, by the way.
How
to
was
prep
it?
for this? It was fucking horrible.
Wait, they have
What?
it on cold?
Yeah,
No, I
makes
liked
sense.
Maybe I got a flat one, dude. It was so flat. I couldn't
Really?
explain. Yeah, I
Like
choked it down.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, Kiss Cola.
it. Was it cold?
Yeah,
I think they just take a Coca-Cola and just wrap like a
Where'd you
label
get it?
around it.
Detroit.
Can I like get a Kiss
you got
Cola
it.
if I wanted to at the deli?
If it's there, I get whatever.
I
you
mean,
want.
Steve got me one.
Where'd
Yeah,
you get it?
he drank one on the
I
way
got one
to
at Rocket
Seacast.
Fizz.
The fuck is Rocket
Yeah, they make
Fizz?
it right.
It's a candy store.
Oh, it's a special place.
Yeah, it's not
Um,
that special. It's,
I was actually thinking about this yesterday. It's been like a year since the last Kiss show. Did they ever do anything with their CGI versions?
They're still working on it, supposedly. I mean, they sold the catalog a month or two ago.
They did?
Yeah,
To who?
someone. If
If they sold the Kiss catalog, then they can't be working on anything.
yeah,
they sold it to the people who do the ABBA robots. So I think they're like, it's out of our hands.
ABBA robots?
Or ABBA holograms, rather.
There's ABBA holograms.
It's news to me.
Mamma mia. Here we go again.
You don't know about this?
No.
So ABBA has been
hologram.
holograms for years doing live shows.
Really?
Yeah. Like they've toured them and stuff. It's like a big deal.
Why? You know, I saw Mamma Mia 2, Here We Go Again, in theaters.
That's
Why?
only because you're really straight.
I went on a date with some chick and she wanted to see it.
Did you get any?
Nope. I sat through Mamma Mia 2.
The
Here
only
we
thing
go
you
again.
got was pure enjoyment from Mamma Mia too.
Do you know what the movie's about? If I remember correctly.
Yes, I know what the movie's about.
It's about like Amanda Seyfried like banging a bunch of guys and not knowing who the father of her
That's
kid
what the
is.
first one's about, too. Well, the first one is about her trying to figure out who her dad is.
Right.
The second one is the same thing, but now it's her.
It's just an ungodly mess.
It's and nobody's upset about her being a whore.
Yeah.
It's like she's empowered or something.
Yeah.
right.
This is good.
That's the whole
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
This is a good
And like
situation.
Pierce Brosnan's there.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's a dream.
Well, I think he's her dad, if I remember.
I think so.
I've never even seen it, but I just keep Pierce so close
Do
to
it
my
on the
heart.
show.
Here we go again.
The second one.
Okay.
Oh, right. Only the second.
We'll
one.
do it for the Christmas
Yeah.
special.
Careful.
All right. So
Tony Clifton makes everyone put out their cigarettes before performing.
God damn it! I paid $10 for that cigar.
Well,
And he lights up
That's
his
a great
cig-
bit.
comes
Oh, yeah.
out with a cigarette.
Oh yeah. So fucking good,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
So
Such
fucking
a
good.
scum thing to do.
So
I was
good.
cracking up at the scene though.
it's really funny.
Oh, Laurie! When he's going like
Yeah.
this.
I got the wings of a dove.
Mhm.
I got the wings.
Mhm.
I got the chicken wings from Kentucky Fried.
He does a good. He does a good one.
He has a good Clifton.
Clifton,
I give it to him.
Yeah, I've been doing that for fucking 20 years.
A lot of practice.
Yeah. Whoop-de-dee, whoop-de-die, stick a needle in your eye.
We gotta talk real quick about this. That we didn't mention it, but one of his ridiculous demands is 4
appearances.
I mentioned
Tony
by
Clifton.
you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 appearances by Tony Clifton.
So great.
And Danny DeVito goes, "Who the fuck is Tony Clifton?"
This guy called me. He hates you.
No. You don't know my guy.
He's a Vegas Lounge singer.
So
He's the best.
So
He's
in the
best
movie,
around.
Danny DeVito goes to the Tony Clifton show.
The best guy around.
Danny DeVito goes to the fucking
Yeah.
Tony Clifton show, and he does all the antics you guys were mentioning.
Right, and then he dumps water on Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Bob Zamunda.
And he realizes that this is Andy.
Yeah.
And when he goes backstage, he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" to Andy.
Yeah.
And Andy's like, "No, it's good, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "What about that guy that you fucked up and you poured water on that poor schlub?"
Mhm.
And Paul Giamatti comes around. He's like, "Hey, it's Bob Zamunda.
Zamunda.
Nice to meet you."
Comedian.
And he's in on it. And he's like, "Oh, okay."
Everyone loves a villain, so that's
Yeah.
why he does it.
Paul Giamatti was probably a nobody at that time when that movie came out.
In
He
'99.
did Private
Just did
Parts.
Private
It's
Parts.
like the
right.
same year, yeah.
So I guess you could maybe fall for the trick that this is a innocent bystander he's fucking with, but because it's Paul Giamatti now, you recognize him
Yeah.
immediately, and it's like, all right, well, this is a real character. It's not going to be just Paul Giamatti.
He's a real character. He's a real character.
Just because you have character,
Doesn't
mean
mean
you
know.
are.
just because you are a character, doesn't mean you have character. Shit, you
A
calling
wolf.
in the wolf?
I worked with a very questionably dangerous man who used to be like, "Oh, it's my favorite character ever. I love the wolf. Fucking love him. He's dead serious all the time." I'm like, "Oh, this is nobody should ever say that's their favorite."
Let's not start
character of
sucking
all
each
time.
other's dicks just yet, gentlemen.
If you say that's your favorite character of all time, your priorities are fucked. Like, that's all I gotta
I'm
say.
assuming you gentlemen have been to county before.
Your Uncle Marcellus likes oak.
So he's like, "Fucking with people is fun, we'll do this." And he's like, "Okay." They agree to all his demands because he's like, "You guys are getting 2 Andy Kaufmans for the price of 1.
Yeah.
Him explaining to the board is amazing.
It's really
Now, correct
funny.
me if I'm wrong. That when he gets Tony Clifton fired off the show, which is like a legendary story. I watched Danny DeVito tell the story on YouTube.
Okay.
Was that the first appearance of Clifton on the show? Was he never on Taxi?
I would think that's his only appearance.
Yeah.
If it even like
Yeah.
made it to air. You
The
know?
movie would lead you to believe. So I wrote it down.
I watched 2 different Taxi cast members tell that same story.
Really?
Well, how accurate were like the 2 of them?
They were identical. And apparently Judd Hirsch was not fucking amused. He was
Of course.
So the cast fucking hated him.
Yes and no.
They did not like Andy, really.
I think in hindsight they like him, but probably at the time they despised him.
If you're trying to work,
Not to mention he works less than the rest of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, at his funeral, none of them showed up except Carol Kane,
Hmm.
who is also on Seinfeld. But
She's crying in the movie.
yeah, she's crying in the movie. She's the only one who showed up in real life. And in the show, in the movie, they make it look like she's an original cast member of Taxi. She actually wasn't there until I believe the 2nd season. So just wanted to point.
So
that out.
nobody showed up. I wonder if Danza probably hated him because he's not in the movie at all.
Probably. Well, he's the boss. He hasn't got a
Again,
show.
I wanted to like learn some shit, and I just kept coming across like interviews. Like I saw and I watched an interview with Tony Danza talking about him and shit. So now I guess he has fond feelings of him in hindsight.
They must all. I mean, look how
Right.
much work DeVito put into this fucking thing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But the premise was Clifton was going to play Danny DeVito's brother on the show.
Oh my god.
Yes.
And the plot of the episode they were going to do was Tony Clifton was like a big gambler, and they were going to like bet on who has to take their mother to Christmas, like who's going to handle their mother for Christmas, and that was going to be the plot of the episode. And then Tony Clifton, like in the movie, shows up with the hookers, and fucking just starts being a maniac.
Oh, dude.
And they call up Andy. Now, this Tony Clifton on stage with them is actually
Bob
Giamatti's character.
Paul Zamunda.
Bob
Zamunda.
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 And they do this whole thing where Andy's like in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So they're able to pull this off where they think they're talking to him. It's all in the movie.
Yeah.
I'm being confusing.
Yeah.
But
was it just like that though?
it was exactly like that. Yes.
Wow. Amazing.
And
And supposedly he was banging hookers all the time too. So
Oh yeah,
Andy?
they
In
put
the movie,
they put
yeah.
that in the movie.
Yeah.
well, that's a funny scene. They go, Paul and Bob go to this whorehouse, and they're getting
Paul and
hookers
Bob.
together, and he's acting like it's his first time, and then Paul Giamatti goes to him, "Damn, yeah, it's his first time doing this. He's really nervous," and she's like, "Andy's here all the
It's here
time,
every week. Yeah.
yeah."
So awesome.
So
So fucking awesome.
So Paul Giamatti is Tony Clifton. He gets fired. By the way, that was the only time it happened with Tony on Taxi.
it was, right?
Yeah.
He's never actually had a successful episode.
Yeah. Real quick, while we're talking about Taxi, the show got canceled after 4 seasons on NBC, and then it got picked up for 1 season at ABC, or vice versa. I may have it backwards.
I think it was ABC then NBC.
ABC
I
then
think
NBC.
so.
Yeah. So the show had 5
Wow.
seasons, I believe.
Was he on all 5?
I think doing like 14 episodes a season. Yeah, he was like
Out of what, like
obligated.
22?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not a bad gig.
Not at all.
No, he had it made.
he did, and he hated it.
And it's funny,
Hated
like,
every
what
second.
gave him the star power to be able to demand this?
That's what I was wondering. Like, why would the network go for this at all?
The Laka character was supposed to be big, I guess.
Well, Happy Days. I guess
The
they
next
wanted their
Fonzie.
own Happy
Yeah.
Days.
they
Yeah.
wanted to, yeah,
Fonzie.
exactly.
But who's gonna fucking think a weird, like, Bulgarian man is cool? Like, that's not Fonzie.
But it's funny.
I think he's from Lithuania or something.
I don't know. I never watched the show. I can't even tell you if it was funny or not. But
It's
I
a
don't know.
lot of that character, man. When he's on, it's all that shit that he hated. The thank you very much and all that shit.
So-
everything.
Now he's like pretending to work at he's working at a bowling alley.
no,
he's a
work-
busboy.
No,
He's
he's
a busboy.
a
It's
busboy at a deli.
Jerry's Famous Deli.
Yeah, it's a deli.
Okay. I thought it was a bowling alley.
No, it's
No.
Jerry's Famous Deli. It actually is famous.
5 months into Taxi, he quit and started working there. Like
Well,
that's in the movie.
Supposedly, he didn't do that just because he had to work there. He was doing that to, like, work on his craft.
Oh, fucking with people?
Yeah. It was like
Really?
Yeah, it was like creative research working as that busboy. That's why he did that.
Okay.
And the movie makes it look like it's because he has no money or something.
No,
Oh, see, I thought he just did it to
sticking
fuck
it.
with people.
I thought he was doing it to stick it. Like, I'd rather
Right.
do this. Than
Yeah,
fucking
that's what I
that.
took it as. Not that he was poor. It doesn't seem like he was a
He
man. He
definitely
gave a fuck
wasn't
about
poor.
money. Yeah.
Patton Oswalt as a cameo.
Yes.
yeah,
He's the guy that recognizes him.
Yeah. That's Andy Kaufman, man.
Mhm.
And
Who was definitely a nobody at the time.
oh, Patton Oswalt for
Absolutely.
sure. And now,
His big break was that Seinfeld scene.
yes, the one scene.
He's the video store guy.
Yep.
And now we get the Great Gatsby.
The Great Gatsby
At the
scene,
college.
which is really funny. So he decides he's going to tour colleges, and he's at the University of Arizona. And he gets on stage, and they're all just cheering. They want Laka.
Mhm.
And he's like, fucking,
This is my show, not yours.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not doing Laka. And eventually, he's pissed off. He goes backstage. He's like, okay, they're getting the fucking book.
Mhm.
And he goes
Give me the book.
and he starts reading the Gatsby, and they keep going, do Laka. And he gives them one, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And then he goes right back
They
to the
die, and then right back to the book.
Then they yell again, and he's like, "All right." He goes over to a record player.
book. Yes.
He plays himself reading the book.
It's very funny.
It's great.
The movie makes it look like that was some sort of punishment for the audience, but I saw a clip of him talking about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I thought they were very rude, but I was just going to do what I was going to do anyway."
Oh, he
gonna
was
do
doing
that
it anyway.
Yeah, that was his whole plan, was to read the book that night.
Just
That's
read the
all he
whole
was
book?
doing. Yeah, it wasn't like that was a last resort. Like, aha, no, I'm reading this fucking book to the audience tonight.
It's so
I don't care what they
fucking funny.
think. Yeah.
His voice is all fucked up.
Yeah, by the end, he's like
Yeah.
cracking.
Think of the one guy. Yeah.
One guy
Yeah.
loves it. There's people sleeping.
Yeah. That's like when I saw Chappelle, and he
I wanted to talk about that.
he just wouldn't tell a joke. He was just talking.
You were funnier that night
Yeah.
than Chappelle.
Yeah. He made Chappelle
I'm not
laugh.
making that up.
Where was that?
I went to the Comedy Cellar one night with this girl, and it was right. It was like the day after
Ashy
Charlie
Larry, right?
Murphy.
Charlie
died.
Murphy.
Oh God.
And we went to a show. He was not on the bill or anything.
Right.
He just walked in.
Dead dropping.
So they just fucking gave him the stage.
Of course.
And he gets up on stage and he just talked. Like, just, hey, what's going on?
Didn't have any material.
Had no material.
Nothing.
Just talked for like, I heard he ended up staying on stage for like 4 hours. And I left after the first. So that was
4 hours.
Yeah.
What the fuck was he
But
talking
right.
about?
he told a joke that
Well, they got to a point where people were getting up and leaving. So every time that happened, he would stop them and talk to them. And like he bought people drinks and shit. And I had to get the girl home. So we get up and he's like, and he stops me. We were right up front too. He stops me. He goes, where you guys from? So I said, Staten Island. And he goes, you don't look like you're from Staten Island. You don't look like you're racist.
you're dripping with racism.
No, he said, you don't look like you're a bunch of racists. So I said, you haven't gotten to know me yet, Dave. And he laughed at that. He thought that was very funny.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
cool that
Brilliant.
you made
Yeah.
Chappelle
Yeah.
laugh.
Brilliant quip.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's
That's
so
a
good.
big fucking deal, man. Holy shit.
Did he buy you? Did he give you like a shot or something?
He offered me a drink and we had to leave. I couldn't take it.
That's a cool story though.
Yeah, I'm
That's
happy it
amazing,
happened. It was
yeah.
just like a weird thing, though.
That's funny. That's good stuff.
So
You get the brothel.
brothel, yeah.
You get the Clifton scene where he takes them. We
He's
went over
jumping
it.
on the taxi.
He's jumping
yeah.
on the taxi. They
It's got
fire
a
Clifton.
new taxi theme song. We live in a taxi. So great. So great.
Like, oh, we have to fire Tony, and he's like, thank God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So now people want to book Tony for shows after this firing because
Yeah.
word gets around
Well, they think it's Andy.
and they think it's Andy.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, fucking what, you're going to get Tony.
Yeah.
And while Tony's performing, Andy shows up and it's like, how
What's
is
going
this
on?
possible?
Plays the bongos.
Yeah.
Now you are wet. Throws like water in his face. But this is kind of like his passion now. It's like, okay, taxi's kind of a thing,
It's
but
his
he's
job.
only doing it like a small amount of time so he can focus on really fucking with people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how he gets to the wrestling thing,
Well, it's
which is now.
him and Paul Zamuda are watching wrestling one day.
Yeah.
And they're like,
They're loving it.
they love the way they move.
Bob.
What do I keep calling him?
Paul Zamuda.
Because it's Paul Giamatti. Him and Bob Zamuda, they're watching wrestling and they are loving like the showmanship of it and the way they move and how they work a crowd. And he's like, this is fucking great, man. Like, I want to be a heel.
Yeah.
And Bob Zamuda is like, hey,
You're not big enough.
you're not big enough. And he's like, but what if I picked on someone smaller than me?
He's
And like,
"Oh,
women, that's what we're
yeah.
going to do.
It'll piss
Right.
people off too.
And they're like, oh, that's good. So
That's what he does.
that's what he
He
does.
starts wrestling against women.
Yes.
And in the movie, he meets Lynn
Margulis.
Margulis. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's how you pronounce
Courtney
it.
Love.
Courtney
Courtney
Love.
Love.
Yes. And pretty much wants to marry her like instantly.
Well, they wrestle and he
Yeah.
beats her.
Right. Then he fucks with her.
Yeah.
Jerry the King Lawler.
Lawler. Yeah.
Well, he goes on Merv Griffin
Yeah.
and he's the intergender champion.
Right. He was actually beating chicks up with a plant.
They were plants.
Well, if you look at the way he's wrestling them, I think that because you can grapple with a woman and people without hurting them.
Sure.
So I haven't watched any of the matches. In the movie, they looked real. I don't think it was a thing where he's doing like chops and whip.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was more like he's doing traditional wrestling against them.
Right.
I think it's all set up.
Somebody wants to see him actually beat up a woman.
No.
Yeah. Was the thing that's making him despised. I don't think they were plants mostly until the moment where it is.
Right.
But
I mean, he's a villain wrestler.
He's a
living
bad
his
guy.
dream, yeah.
He's loving that he gets to be a heel. And this is an era before wrestling is admitted as fake. You know?
Oh yeah.
There was an era, so
How
there's
stupid were people?
Yeah, they think this is real. Like, boom.
there's an era where like it's almost a rumor it's fake.
It's still real to me. Damn
Maybe to kids.
Not you had people that would believe it
it.
down
Just,
to it.
No.
just bleed guy.
Yeah, no
Just
adults thought that was real.
It wasn't as ridiculous as it later became, though. It wasn't until Vince McMahon was subpoenaed under court of law that the bubble burst and everyone knew it was fake.
Sports entertainment.
Exactly.
And this is Memphis too, where it's like
It's a hotbed.
it's like the
King
biggest
of
thing.
wrestling.
Yeah.
Lawler is the king.
What was that movie about the king? The wrestling
Ready
king?
to Rumble.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
You love that movie, don't you? Yeah, I knew you would.
I saw it
I've
in
seen
the
that
theater.
movie a million
I
times.
saw it in the theater, man.
Remember when Jim Carrey did that Emma Stone video?
Emma Stone,
Yes.
you're so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What? I don't remember that.
He hit on her hard.
You need to see it.
live.
We need to stop what we're doing. He needs to see it.
Yeah, he does.
It's the greatest video of all time.
It's creepy. It's very. I believe she was like
All right,
taken
we're
back
gonna-
by it. It was-
Pull it up on the fucking cast.
This is a message for Emma Stone. Emma, I just wanted to let you know that I think you're all the way beautiful. Not just pretty, but, smart and kind-hearted. And if I were a lot younger, I would marry you. And we would have chubby little freckle-faced kids. We'd laugh all day long, and go camping and play Yahtzee and tell ghost stories by the fire. And the sex. And every day for the rest of your life, you would thank God that I was the appropriate age for you. God, I'm not. I'm 49. I have lines on my face, sometimes a little gray in my beard, and it takes me a lot longer to pee than it used to. These are the only discernible signs of aging that I can find so far. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know how I felt. I think you're pretty special. And I wish you continued success and artistic fulfillment, but most of all, I wish you love and contentment. That's all.
Silence works, man.
How did that even get out there?
He put it out.
Put it out.
He did?
He was
Like,
him.
like publicly?
Yeah.
Now imagine that was somebody who wasn't famous. Like if somebody who's not famous does that, it's just psychopath. Like you're a crazy person.
Yeah.
You know?
Is he making it a bit though? Like, is he really trying to
Possible.
woo her? Like, is
I
he
don't
doing
know.
like an Andy Kaufman thing?
I don't know. Are we rolling again?
Yeah,
been
yeah, we're
rolling.
back.
Oh,
We don't stop. We
Um,
always roll.
yeah.
Fucking Fred Durst.
Keep on rolling, baby.
You know what time it is.
Yeah. So that's one of my favorite things ever.
That's
Is
insane.
Jim Carrey's weird, bizarre Emma Stone video.
You used that to propose to your girl, right? You recited it to her.
Yes.
He made his own
Yes.
video. Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
He killed a woman.
Yes.
Did you know that? He made a woman kill herself.
He
After
drove
he
her
gave
mad.
He gave her herpes. And drugs? You gave her herpes and
I
opioids?
think I knew this at one point, but I've definitely forgotten about
His
it.
girlfriend. Apparently he mentally abused her.
This is like post Lauren Holly, right? Like
This is
post
like
Jenny McCarthy, even.
Yeah.
fairly recently, like within the
I
last,
do.
like,
I
6
do
years.
remember this. Yeah.
Jesus.
He's been sued by the family of the deceased. Like a
Yeah, he
bunch of
gave like
times.
drugs and shit, right?
Supposedly he under like false names would get prescription medications and give them to her, and gave her some kind of sexually transmitted disease, and then she killed herself.
Jesus Christ.
And then he offered to pay for the funeral, but then didn't, or something like that. I don't know. This is all alleged.
Jesus,
Allegedly.
This is just something I heard.
That's the word on the street.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprising. He lost his mind after doing this. That's what it seems.
You guys saw the documentary, right?
I saw half. I got like 30 minutes.
Oh,
left.
for real?
I never saw it. The
It's-
only bit I saw of it was this afternoon.
Oh,
when we were sitting here.
it's
He's a madman.
It's
isn't he?
it's wild.
especially
He really
when he's
is.
Clifton.
So
Oh my
the
God.
studio buried the footage of. So Jim Carrey, while they were shooting this, hired a crew to follow him around as he was making the movie, and he did a full blown documentary. And it's him acting like Andy Kaufman and Tony Clifton, and it being a giant asshole,
He went method.
being full method for the length of the documentary. The studio, upon seeing this footage, said, "You cannot release this because Jim Carrey looks like a giant fucking asshole, and
Don't
nobody."
you wish there was a studio to talk to Metallica?
You guys look like pussies. But it's like the
Just wanna hang out
studio's
with my
like your
friend.
whole thing is that you're bankable and lovable. You can't do
Jason
this.
is the future.
Jason is the future. I'm not.
Well,
You remember that?
Was it some kind of
Oh,
monster?
Yeah.
who's the future?
Jason Newsted.
Not remotely the future. Just
Jason Newsted, not the future. I think we can safely say that at this point.
Lars was a little off there.
But I find it funny because after this movie, he took a weird career turn, Jim Carrey, where he almost gave up on comedy and being funny for the most part, other than I
When
think Bruce
does he
Almighty.
even
Me,
like
Myself,
work?
and Irene.
Me,
too.
Myself, and
Myself
Irene was good.
Yeah, I like that movie.
All of his movies seem to be from like over 10 years ago.
He's not doing much now. He's only
Mr.
seemingly
Popper's
doing
Penguins,
Sonic.
I think.
Sonic movies.
Yeah, he's basically retired.
I
except
think
for
Popper's
Sonic.
Penguins was the last thing he did that wasn't
Before Sonic, right?
I think.
And he had a couple of appearances on like late night shows where he was like talking about the Illuminati and shit.
Yeah, he's talking about weird shit.
He started painting, like doing a lot of drugs.
That's
and
right.
painting.
He was painting anti-Trump paintings.
Yes.
Not just that. It was just he painted some weird stuff. Like he's not bad, but he pretty much was like, "I'm done acting. I'm just gonna paint."
Other than being Robotnik, I'm not acting anymore.
But yeah,
He did a show on Showtime that ran for 2 seasons that they have taken off everything. You
Oh,
can't
I
even see
forgot
it.
that
It's
show.
called Kidding. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched the first season. It's about a
Comedy.
guy who loses his mind. He was like
Really?
Mr. Rogers who goes crazy.
Mhm.
And I watched the first season. It was good. It was funny, but it was also, really deep. And I never saw the second.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I really think this broke him.
But I
Like,
You think it was this movie?
I think permanently this role broke him. Yeah.
Remember he ended up doing like The Majestic? Like he started making
he
really
did the
weird
Majestic,
choices.
Eternal
Yeah.
Sunshine of the Spotless
That's,
Mind.
that's
that one.
amazing.
the number 23.
Number
Number
23.
23.
I Love You, Philip Morris.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he started doing all these movies.
Oh, the one Enron movie.
Isn't that Philip
Fun
Morris?
with Dick and Jane.
Fun with Dick and Jane.
Dick and
Yep.
Yeah.
But I heard a story.
Yes, man.
I heard a story where
man.
someone went to Jim Carrey at the time when he's doing like all these like dramas and dramedies, and they're like, "You're one of the funniest men on the planet.
What are you doing?
Why are you wasting your time trying to be like the 30th best dramatic actor?
Mm.
Just like be funny."
What did he say to that?
Supposedly after that, he started to get away more from the drama stuff.
Mm. Who
But-
was this person?
I don't know. I heard his father, but I think
God.
his father was dead.
Bruce. It was Bruce,
Yeah.
the Almighty.
All right, but I guess back to the movie, right?
Yeah, sure.
So he starts dating Courtney Love, which is always a bad idea
No,
because
I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bad
Bad
move.
for you.
you're gonna fucking get your head blown off. Do you think she killed Kurt Cobain?
I don't know enough about it. Jim?
I don't know. It's so tough. I don't know.
Do you like Hole?
I do like Hole, actually. I do like Hole.
Do you like Nirvana?
Yeah.
Do you like when it's sung by Captain Hook?
I'd never seen that before. That was
So before we
that was
now
a
we
trip.
can talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
Before the
Leading in.
show, Ant pulled up one of our favorite clips, which is from the movie Pan. with Hugh Jackman.
I forgot
Dressed
this
as
thing
like a
existed,
transsexual.
dude.
He's dressed in a weird, like,
Armored
gay
dress.
pirate.
I
Yeah.
thought it was
Gothic,
Fury Road at
possibly
first.
gothic.
Before
And-
the pirate ship came out, I thought it was Fury Road.
And these little, and he forces
He has
little-
millions of child slaves.
In mines.
Yeah.
that he forces to sing
Smells like Teen
Spirit. And he like grumbles
Sing.
it and sings it.
Holy shit.
It's so funny because walking in, like when the episode first started, I think you might be able to tell Jim was still a little like, what just happened?
That movie is 10 years old now. You realize that?
10?
Yeah, I just looked it up. That's
I've only ever seen
fucking
that scene.
Just that.
Did
I'd
I
never
send
even
it to
seen
you
that.
or you sent it to
Saw it
me?
on Twitter.
Okay.
I saw it on Twitter, and then you and I like obsessed over it.
I like really want to see it now. It was totally out of my memory bank. Like I forgot that ever existed. And then we watched that, and somehow I remembered the title, and I don't know. That was pure insanity. I'm very intrigued now, man.
So
What are they mining for?
I don't know. I never saw
What does
it.
he need?
There's no way the rest of the movie holds up to that scene.
It's a flying pirate ship.
He's got a flying pirate ship and literally millions of
Rocks.
child slaves.
Singing
Gold.
Teen Spirit.
Sing Teen Spirit. Yeah.
Mining for gold. What are you doing?
Like getting whipped if they didn't sing and shit. It was fucking insane.
Yo, you'll kneel to him.
Neil.
Jesus.
All right. So he goes down to Memphis and he wants his girl to be a plant where he's like, I'm going to marry any girl that
Beats
can
me.
beat me. I'll let you beat me and I'll end this
It's
bit and we'll get
romantic.
married. It's cute.
Romantic, yeah.
And while he's there,
Tom Green did this with Drew Barrymore on SNL.
what do you mean?
Yeah.
Tom Cruise got married on SNL.
Tom Green, you mean?
Yeah.
He married her on SNL?
On SNL.
Okay, I didn't know it was on
Yes.
the episode.
I forgot that too. I remember when their house burned down, SNL made fun of it.
Yeah.
Did they?
They did a sketch of it, yeah. When their fucking house burned down.
Yeah, they had a
It's
very
fucked up.
short marriage.
Short, but long enough that he put her and Freddie got fingered.
Yeah.
But
And
they're
she
probably
put
split by
him.
the time that movie. Yeah, Charlie's Angels.
She put him in Charlie's
Yeah.
Angels.
The Chad.
The Chad. And
Yeah.
this like this weird quasi tugboat submarine thing.
Mhm. I went to see that movie purely because I saw him in the trailer.
So while he's there, he's getting ready to do like his bit where he's gonna lose. And now Jerry Lawler blows up the bit and he's like, that's a plant, it's his girlfriend.
We're gonna
And-
fight.
We're gonna fight. And he has a girl come out,
Roxy.
Roxy Jackson, who's gonna
Foxy Jackson. Yeah.
Foxy
Foxy
Cleopatra.
Jackson, who's gonna she's a whole lot of woman.
That's right.
That's Goldmember, right?
Yeah.
And she is gonna really wrestle Jim Carrey and Andy Kaufman.
This is when Jim Ross is on commentary too.
Jim
right?
Ross is on commentary, yeah. The voice of the WWE forever, I
Oh
think.
yes.
Like,
Now
you can't
AEW,
hear him and
but
not
yeah.
think that. A slobber knocker.
Mm.
By God, he's broken,
Broken
in
in
half.
half. Yep.
Yeah.
Makes good barbecue sauce too.
Anyway, Andy Kaufman beats this girl. And now
You ever have Billy Mitchell's hot sauce?
Is that the
King of Kong?
guy?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know about that.
I think he makes his own hot sauce.
I've been to the arcade, but I haven't.
Have
had
you?
his- Oh yeah, yeah. It's in New Hampshire.
Twin Galaxies.
Fun spot.
Fun spot,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
It's up in New Hampshire. They have a poster of it. Like they're
That's
so proud
great.
of that shit.
is that like where the battles take place?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
That's where you can get a possible Donkey Kong kill screen.
Oh,
Possible Donkey Kong
Mhm.
kill screen.
Brian Koo.
Do you remember a friend sent the picture with him and Billy Mitchell?
Do you remember our friend bought the Brian Koo T-shirt that said "Possible Donkey Kong Kill
Yes,
Screen"
yes.
on it?
That's really dope. That's really fucking dope.
So now the next thing in the movie is Andy Kaufman on Fridays.
All right, this is fun.
I want to talk about this.
Yeah, I've some shit to say about
Go
this.
ahead.
Yep.
So Fridays was the attempted Friday night version of Saturday Night Live.
On
Hosted by
AB
Rebecca Black.
on ABC, I believe.
I thought it was NBC also.
You might be right. Okay.
It's Larry David,
And Michael Richards.
Michael Richards. There's a couple of other people that went on to do stuff.
They
but-
were the biggies, though.
Yeah, they were the biggies. Andy Kaufman Oh, Carol Leifer too.
Carol Leifer, yep.
Yeah.
That's how they all know each other.
Yes.
It wasn't Caroline Ray, Norm Macdonald, and Marilyn Rice-Gub.
No. But Michael Richards is played by
Norm.
Macdonald. in
That's
this.
who
That's
Norm-
Michael Richards.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really famous clip.
That's great
And my dad watched that shit live.
because now that you say that, that's exactly how Michael Richards would.
And
act.
he was legitimately pissed.
Yeah.
Well,
legitimately
he
pissed.
was not, because
No?
Michael Richards revealed in his new book the truth about the
No
incident.
way.
So he's like, I was like the youngest guy on the set.
Mhm.
Andy Kaufman went over to me and was like, look, I need you to get fucking angry and do this thing with me.
Get the fuck out.
And Andy went with him and had Michael Richards in on it. He's like, and no matter what, like, you can never fucking reveal this.
Mhm.
Like, you're not going to come off bad. I'm going to be the bad guy. Don't
Right.
worry about it. Like, you're not going to get fired or
Mhm.
anything. And Michael Richards fucking listened to Andy.
Right.
And
And they did
Did
this
that
bit.
thing.
Didn't reveal it till now, dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
yeah. And that whole thing was staged.
Next thing you know, we'll find out that a certain other performance by Michael Richards was all an act.
Well, that was Andy
Can only
Kaufman.
hope.
That's what he should have done. He should have called
was
Andy
Zamuda.
Kaufman that.
Pin it on him.
And do you know who the guy is in the movie that throws him off the set or he gets in a fight with?
Isn't it Zamuda?
It's Samuda, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Look over there.
Yeah.
Years ago, we would have had your ass hanging up.
We never see who he's yelling at.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, maybe Andy showed up at his set. I just wish Norm got to do more Norm things in it.
I know.
I wish he got like a Norm line.
Norm has never really had a good movie role.
You know, like Dirty
No,
Work?
not really.
I never saw that.
I
but-
love Dirty Work, and I have the poster of Screwed, which is written and directed by the guys that wrote this. That's Norm, Chappelle, and DeVito.
Okay.
Love that shit.
Yeah, now that you mentioned, I can't think of a single like
all his roles are
big
like
Norm role.
not
He's not
written
made for it.
him.
He's
Yeah,
not made for that.
No,
he's supposed to be his own guy.
They gave
Yeah,
him like
yeah.
2 movies and a couple shows.
He had a TV show.
He had the Norm Show, which
Yeah.
was actually pretty successful for a minute, and then that got canned.
Is
and
that the
then
sports one?
Oh, he had a sitcom. It was
Oh,
called
yeah,
Norm.
he had that too. Well, he had 2, and then he had a minute with Stan Hooper.
Mhm.
Oh, I remember
That got canned quickly,
He
and
was-
then they
He
brought
was
him
the
back to Comedy Central.
bartender at the male strip club in Detroit Rock City.
Yes.
Norm is?
Yes.
I think
No, I'm lying. He was the bartender in Deuce Bigelow Male
Yes,
Gigolo.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Same year.
If you don't pay
Same
me,
year.
if you don't pay me, I'll be sticking this up your pee hole.
Yeah.
It's like a corkscrew.
Oh, yeah.
He always does like the Adam Sandler shit, you know?
And
because
Rob
they're buddies.
Schneider,
Well,
yeah.
he did.
And Rob
Um,
Schneider,
Yeah.
Billy Madison. He's like
Yeah,
his
he's
friend.
always with the Happy Madison stuff.
Yeah.
the animal.
But I feel like Norm is universally loved.
He's the greatest.
Yeah. He ruled.
Rest in peace.
You ever hear the stories about him fucking with Joe Rogan?
No.
Because Joe Rogan doesn't get jokes. It's like true. There's like videos about it. Like he'll have comedians on and they make a joke and he'd be like, "No, that's not real." Like, and they'll be like, "No, Joe, it was a joke." And he'll be like, "What?" And they'll be like, "Just forget
Joe
it."
don't understand.
So Joe Rogan tells this story and he doesn't get it. And he tells it again and again and again. He's like, I was on this plane and I'm flying back and I end up sitting next to Norm Macdonald. And the whole ride is like cross country. Norm Macdonald is just talking about how he's quit a cigarette and he's never smoking again. And Norm keeps talking about the entire flight.
And
The second they land, Norm lights up a cigarette and starts smoking. And Joe was like, Norm, what are you doing? You just said you were quitting.
he doesn't get it.
He doesn't get it. And he tells the story all the time.
That's so
It's
fucking
so
amazing.
good.
Do you hear the story about when forget who exact? I think it might have been Chris Kattan. They were on a plane. I think it might have been like Lorne Michaels' private plane, and Chris Kattan fell asleep and took his shoes off, and Norm stole his shoes and just threw them away. So then when he woke up, his shoes were gone, and he just wouldn't admit that it was him that took them. And that Chris Kattan had to go home with no shoes on.
That's an amazing bit.
Well, Catan and him hated each other.
He hates Chris Kattan, yeah.
Because Chris Catan would just
Yeah.
write sketches where he made out with the hot female
That
guests.
and a host of other things. He just did not like that guy.
Were they on at the same time?
Yes.
Yeah, they had crossover.
Yeah, it
That's so
must have.
good. Well,
That's so amazing.
So after the Fridays fight, now he's gonna have a fight with
Lawler.
with
He has like
Lawler.
a real match, and it's like he gets hurt, he gets taken out on a stretcher, and now it's like George has tried to get him back on Saturday Night Live because he wanted to, and they're like, they don't like you.
Yeah.
Like they voted, you're out.
Yeah, they really did that too.
Yeah.
They really voted him
However,
off.
Lauren was not the producer at that moment on the show. It was during the period he left, and I believe it was Dick Ebersol.
Yeah.
And I forget the other guy.
Christine, some shit, I think was running SNL.
Yeah. This is also after they went on Letterman and had a bout too.
Oh well, he got punched on.
Yeah, like
because
live.
after the match,
You know who tried out for SNL at that time? Jim Carrey.
yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a weird period too.
Yeah.
That's like Gilbert Gottfried.
Well, they
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. was a
Downey
cast
Jr.,
member.
yeah.
Yeah,
And Elaine.
Elaine.
Yep.
Yeah,
Charles Rocket, who killed himself. He's the bad guy in Dumb and Dumber.
there's the 80s were a really rough period, and it wasn't until
Like-
Lauren came back.
Like
Yeah.
88, 89.
Something like that,
The
yeah.
show turned around completely.
That's when Mike Myers came,
Yeah.
right?
Well, it was like the
Dana
first.
Carvey.
Dan Carvey.
So they gave Lauren 2 bites at the apple to fix it.
Mhm.
They gave him the first time back, and he had Robert Downey Jr. and like all these people.
Anthony Michael Hall, I think, was on.
John
there.
Lovitz was the only person to live.
Yes.
The last sketch at the end of the year is like everybody dying in a fire except John Lovitz.
Yeah.
And then the next season, I believe, is that Eddie Murphy? Oh no, Eddie Murphy had been gone. The next season is Dana Carvey.
Eddie Murphy and Joe Piscopo.
Yeah.
Of all people,
They were the
kept
ones keeping it
show
alive.
alive.
Yeah.
That was before that.
Yeah.
And Charles Rocket, who killed himself, famously, I think, ended a season with him saying like he's playing like Reagan getting shot or something, and he says like it fucking hurt or something on live television.
Really?
And that's when they fucking canned the whole cast except for Eddie Murphy and Piscopo
Okay,
because he dropped a live fuck.
that makes sense.
Hmm.
But you know,
Ridiculous.
the show obviously survives, and it's largely because of like Phil Hartman,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovitz, Dana, like it's like the Renaissance era.
Unfrozen
Yeah.
caveman lawyer.
Yeah.
Jan Hooks, yeah, all those
I'm
guys.
just a caveman. Your ways frighten and confuse me.
Phil Hartman's the best.
No doubt. No doubt.
Fuck Andy Dick.
Where's his movie?
Andy Dick doesn't get along with Phil Hartman.
Andy Dick is the reason he's
Yeah,
dead.
he gave his wife
What?
the drugs.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't
Andy
know
Dick
that.
killed Phil Hartman basically.
And then who was it that was on the set of News Radio that punched him?
Was it Lovitz?
I think it was Lovitz.
Punched to Andy Dick?
Yeah, right after it happened.
Holy shit.
because he gave Phil Hartman's wife the drugs that.
That made her go crazy and
Yeah.
shoot him?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
News Radio.
This is a real fucking
Joe
TMZ
Rogan.
episode.
What?
Yeah.
Joe Rogan. That News Radio set.
Yeah, it's true.
Joe Rogan watching all this go down.
I don't get this. I don't understand what's happening. Jamie. All right. So where are we?
You guys
Well,
got fired
they
from
they had the
SNL.
fight on
They went on
Letterman.
Letterman.
Yes.
SNL votes him off because he's just unlikable, which he wanted to do.
His comedy
It's his
is
own
not
fault.
meant for widespread appeal like this.
It's not comedy though. I wouldn't consider
It
it
is comedy.
I would consider it pranking.
It's alternative comedy
So
that
we're
not everyone's
punking
going to
him.
get.
We're punking him,
We're
sir.
punking. Yeah.
Dictation.
He
Well-
gets kicked out of his meditational retreat.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
His life goes to shit within like 3 weeks.
That wasn't
Taxi
his
gets
fault.
canceled.
That was them being pussies.
They didn't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
They don't believe the shit he's saying is an act.
well, it's not that. It's
Yeah, they just don't want the bad press of
Yeah.
like, ooh, the dangerous guy.
It's also what he's portraying. You're constantly portraying a villain, and you're
Yeah.
constantly portraying that it's like you're fighting women, you know, and that's whether you're portraying it or not, it's still doing it, you know.
So now it's like there isn't a real you. You're always doing a bit. You're always on.
Yeah.
He moves in with his girl. Taxi gets canceled.
Yeah.
And
And then he gets cancer.
he's
Yeah.
he's at the improv,
The
and
cyst thing's
the
funny.
cyst bit is very funny.
Yeah.
It's good.
$1.
I
Yeah.
think Get 'em needs to do that at the store.
At the store.
Charge people $1.
Chart, let people $1 and you could touch one of his ganglion cysts.
So
So Jimmy, hold on real quick. Jimmy, I gotta ask. Would you if you were at cons, I know you love like celebrities and stuff. Would you pay to touch a celebrity's cyst?
Depends on who it is. If I was in the club that night,
only
I
$1.
definitely would have paid the $1.
Yeah.
Happily.
All right, but if you're at a con and like Johnny Knoxville's there and he's like, you could touch the cyst on like my
Who's
arm.
someone you wouldn't do it to?
God, a lot of people. It's more so who would I do it to? Knoxville's a good example. I do it to Knoxville.
You would touch Knoxville's cyst?
Yeah.
Would you
What about Rue McClanahan?
I mean, what year are we talking about here?
1990.
She was still alive then, right?
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, I might. I don't know, I'd have to think about that one.
What I was gonna say is, wait, when you did stand up, a
Yeah.
comedian went on before you and did this. Do you
The
remember? This?
cyst?
No, a similar bit. Do you remember this?
I don't remember this.
He got on stage and did the bit where he's like, "My life is falling apart."
Oh, I do remember.
See what I'm
that.
talking about? He's
Yes.
like, "I'm an alcoholic. I'm losing my house. I'm
That
losing
was
my
the guy
car."
who quit and just walked off stage.
He walked off stage because nobody was
bombed.
laughing except me. I was losing my mind, and he kept looking over to me and slightly giggling like he broke.
What's the story?
And he'd be like, "What's so funny?" And I just cracking up. No, he was going to do stand up,
Oh.
and the guy got on stage, just like a little like boot, like stool, and
Uh-huh.
sat on it, and just went. He's like, "Well, my life's falling apart. I'm an alcoholic,"
Right.
and he was just telling his depressing life story,
Okay. And you're
Like-
laughing?
and I'm cracking up. I'm like hand
Uh-huh.
holding on, just trying. I was the only one. Nobody else was.
Was it supposed to be funny?
I don't think so.
I mean, it was stand up.
it was an
It's an
open
open
mic.
mic.
I think some of the people at open mic specifically just want to vent about like their lives,
It's a
like
therapy session.
yeah, like there were some people that would just talk about their lives and were just fucking awful.
Wow.
I think I read the room wrong.
Yeah, I think Steve was just laughing at this guy's
Misfortune.
yeah, which is really fucking
Well,
funny.
the guy
It's
used
funny
an
too.
open mic to fucking talk about his misfortune. I mean, what
Mhm.
the fuck do you want? I would have laughed too.
How did I do that night,
My
Steve?
wife's leaving me, and I'm like, "You
How
did
did I-
great. You
I
killed it.
killed, yeah.
Fucking killed it. I was losing my
Hey,
mind.
you're looking at me. I wasn't there.
I know
don't
you weren't.
I wasn't allowed to go.
Yeah, no,
You
you
weren't. No.
Brian said I couldn't go.
Ant wasn't allowed to watch me do stand up.
Well, that was because you were afraid that if you did bad, he would like rip
Ant,
into you.
Ant is too mean.
Yeah, he's actually mean.
I am not.
He's just looking for a weakness to attack.
Right.
Like he would be Steve, I know would watch. Ant would be just like heckling.
Right.
No, I would not.
He'd be like, "So,
You
how
think
about
I would yell things out?
I don't think he would yell things out, but I think afterwards, if I didn't kill, I think I would just get ripped by you forever. And you would always bring it up, my moment of failure.
He's so
And
right."
he knows I'm right.
Yeah, look at
That's
him.
why he's
Can I
laughing.
tell you something?
He loves hurting his
Last
friends.
week, Beaver fucking called me out. And I've been thinking about it ever since.
What'd he do?
We were driving up with our wives to upstate somewhere, right?
I think it was a funny joke.
And he was telling me about something. And the fact that I can't remember what it is
Proves my
proves
point.
his point.
So I was telling him, "Hey, I looked at. We have magnets for sale now. We have a magnet for sale on the website because of this." I go, "Hey, I saw the picture of a bumper magnet. And I found it really funny, and it was the one where it's like, I would rather be at home watching the 1992 classic, The Mummies, like starring Brendan Fraser and Rachel
Yeah.
Weisz, right? It's something like that. I don't know if it's 1992. I'm like, I want to do
99.
something like that, only with you." I was like, "What do you think?" And he just go, "Oh yeah, yeah." And I'm like, and Steph goes, I don't think he's listening to you." I go, "I know he's not. He's just gonna look at the clouds and say, yeah." And
And I happened to
he
just
was
be
looking at the
looking
clouds. And I didn't see him when I said it. And she goes, "That's exactly what he's doing."
It rocked you to your core, huh?
He was so right. Like I just was yesing him,
Yeah.
not paying attention to what he was saying.
He's
Just
just-
looking up at the
Were you driving at the time?
No,
Okay,
his,
good.
his
They
wife
had
was.
no reason to
Yeah.
not pay attention. Wasn't even music they liked on. Dick.
and then like I just started thinking about that for the rest of the week. And I was just like, am I just a piece of shit? Like I can't pay attention to my friend who's trying to tell me something. Like
It
for
involves
5
him
minutes.
directly. It's a business. he's a third of the business.
We refer to him as a silent partner. silent in all decisions and aspects of the business other than the show.
I felt really bad about it.
You feel bad about not paying attention about a magnet. He's been asking you for 2 years to make a 30-second clip.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
It's not even. It's literally just speaking into his phone and recording it and sending me a voice memo, and he can't do it.
I don't know how.
You don't know how to use a fucking voice memo?
No.
Voice recorder. You have the app on your phone.
It's really easy. I did it last week.
He does it all the time.
Yeah. I did a Blue Chew ad last week.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
For TSD.
Did you ever take one?
Blue Chew, no. I mean, yeah.
Yes, you did.
I mean, let's hold on. Edit 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I use it all the time.
Yeah. Is your dick nice and hard?
Oh yeah.
You were
I got-
taking them before the show to get ready, right?
Yeah. Oh
Right,
yeah.
right.
I can plow for hours.
Do you like taking them and going to a public park? Just sitting out wearing gray sweatpants?
Yeah.
That's what Blue Chew was.
You can do anything on Blue Chew.
Including public indecency. All right.
He meets everyone at 4 a.m. They're like, why did you call us out here? And he breaks the horrible news.
He has cancer.
He has cancer. Large-celled carcinoma in his lungs. It's a rare type. It's scary. And now it gets really depressing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, not yet. It is kind of ironic, though, that nobody believes him.
Yeah.
His own
This
family
movie
did.
also could have been called The Man That Cried Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
His own
Zamuda-
family did not believe him.
Zamuda immediately fucking starts coming up with bits for.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Great punchlines.
Yeah.
He thought it was a bit.
Yep.
Here's an inaccuracy that I kind of. It feels different watching the movie.
This is very, if it's the same one, is very important, actually.
It's so important because of the show,
Yep.
the big celebration show of life, and with Santa,
The
and
positivity.
the Rockettes,
Oh
the
yeah.
positivity
Yeah,
show,
I know this too.
which you love.
What's
the
the
cookies.
inaccuracy?
He did not know he had cancer when he did this.
Oh, really?
He did that
show,
first.
He was
Yeah.
in that show like,
He
like
did it
way
first.
before any of that
Yeah.
shit.
Mhm.
Like that was
Oh.
one of the earliest things he did.
Mhm.
With the milk and cookies and shit.
Mhm.
It was just an insane experience before he even knew.
Before he was a heel, he
Yeah.
fucking was.
I
taking
heard
people
that
for
story like before I even like knew this movie existed. About
Really,
the milk and cookies. Like that was like legendary.
Shit. Yeah.
it is.
If you go to the Comedy Store and you get the Andy Kaufman, it's milk and cookies.
Yeah,
Is that for real?
Is
that's
it the
legit?
I
where?
think you're right. I think I've heard that before.
Where's it? Where's
Comedy
it?
Store,
It is a
yeah.
Comedy Store. Then yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
I
On
didn't
the
know
menu,
that.
the Andy Kaufman is milk and cookies.
yeah, it's the Comedy Store because that's the last scene.
Yep.
The Comedy Store.
Okay.
But how cool would that have been to be at that show, regardless?
Oh my god.
Like,
It
Wow.
seems awesome,
Wow.
right? Like
Mm.
when you're watching it, like, and by the way, I think that's like his best shit in the movie, like actually, like audience wise.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, it's really funny.
People actually
Yeah.
responded. to
The
that.
old lady
The
shit.
old lady dying is great.
So good.
I was fucking
So
crying
good.
with my wife, and she goes, "That's your type of humor, exactly." And I go, "It totally
Speeding
is."
it up.
Him making an old lady die is fucking hysterical to me.
She's alive.
I'm
it's a
laughing now.
miracle.
It's so fucking funny. What did he do to get her to rise again? How
He
did
came out as an Indian. wasn't
Yeah.
he?
Oh!
for like 2 seconds too. Is there a doctor in the house?
But I love he shows the old footage. We got one of the original girls. from
She's
that footage.
94
Yeah.
years old.
Oh, that's a really
It's
fucking
so
funny
good.
bit, man.
And it's a harmless bit too. You know,
It's nice. Everyone likes it.
because
You know?
when I think about it nowadays, some of those bits really could have ended poorly.
Certainly the wrestling shit.
You know,
Oh,
yeah, like somebody would have taken him out for some of that shit nowadays, which is scary. But this was just so cool, and well, in the movie, he's losing at a fast pace, and he even goes to like a scam in the Philippines.
Which I don't think that was real. I don't know if that really happened.
I don't
I
know.
don't think so either.
I think they just added that.
embellished it.
Yeah, I
well,
think so.
I do like that he does
It's
it.
a like long section of the movie.
Yeah.
And very graphic and weird.
Mhm.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit. It made me upset.
Did by the way, Andy
I have
Kaufman had a
feelings.
kid, not mentioned in the movie. At
Yeah,
all.
not
another. Yeah,
mentioned
that
at
was
all,
that was
yeah.
before like the movie began. Like in that
Yeah.
that period that got cut out. He had a kid he put up for adoption.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
I didn't know about
and
the adoption.
the his grandchild is in the movie. Is like oh god, when is there a kid? Oh, it's the sister. When the little kid brings the sister in
the beginning.
that's his actual granddaughter.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Huh. He did actually go to the
He did. Okay.
yeah, that's real.
Yeah, it seems too long to not be real.
Yeah,
They
I
had a
guess.
whole scene in.
But
Wow.
I do love in the movie they have him recognize as it's happening
It's a scam.
that this is a scam and fake, and it's like,
Finds
oh,
it funny.
the joke got pulled on me.
Joke's on me.
Yeah.
Which I like that it's like the trickster got tricked and
Yeah.
he's like laughing about it. He's not even
And
mad.
he laughs, and then they immediately fade into him in the coffin.
yeah,
it's
it's
pretty
a
cool.
good
Yeah.
moment.
I tried looking this up and I couldn't find it. I don't know if any of you know. At the funeral, there's a big video playing and there's like a sing along and it's really heartfelt and sad.
Mhm.
And I looked and I'm like, did this actually happen? Did he play that at the funeral? I couldn't find anything about it. I don't think it's real.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think
like
this
the
is
song.
a liberty. I thought it was a really touching moment. My wife was crying about it, but she cries at everything, so it's not too surprising. But I could not find it.
Did you watch the whole movie with me?
Yeah, she sat there and watched the whole thing. Very rare. I mean, she does the
She played-
millennial
yeah,
thing.
she
on
played
the
on her phone
Yeah,
through the movie with you.
but, yeah.
She got bits and pieces.
She got enough to cry. But she turned to me at one point. She was like, "Did he win like Best Actor for this? 'Cause he's incredible."
Mm.
And
I think he
was
won
like,
the Globe.
I think he won Best Golden Globe or something like that
Yeah.
for Best Actor,
Mm-hmm.
and in a comedy specifically.
Yeah.
And I was like, personally, it's probably one of the best character performances I've ever seen. It's
Wow.
spot on.
You really like this.
Not that I like the movie, his performance is spot on. It's hard to argue when you actually
Yeah.
look at it. And in the documentary, his parents say like it was like he was in the room
Mm.
because he wouldn't break character.
Didn't you say that they didn't like it? They didn't like something about the movie?
They didn't like
They
that
didn't like the movie.
that his like childhood and early part of his life is skipped over so quickly. So real quick about Andy Kaufman, 300 close friends and family members gathered for his funeral. People were poking his body,
Yeah.
expecting him to like be
There was
alive,
this-
or they're expecting Tony Clifton to show up.
Mhm.
And at his request, the pro wrestler Classy Freddie Blassie sat in the front pew with his family, which I think
Wow.
is really fucking funny. And that was
Nothing
it.
about it, right? I think it's
And
fake.
Robin Williams showed up, called
Mhm.
him a master,
Mhm.
and that's really it. There's nothing about a video.
Yeah, it's fake.
But I did want to talk about this for 1 second
Uh-oh.
because I know
Why did your voice change?
because it's about to get a little real.
It's about to get real.
A little
Okay,
real.
can we take a beat before you get real? Okay, 15-minute mark.
You know, make
Go ahead.
We have 15 minutes left.
15 minutes on that camera.
Okay. I'll pop a card in if I
Okay.
need to. Anyway,
Pop a card. Let your body ward.
all right. So, have I ever told you guys my funeral plans?
I'm not doing it.
You're doing it.
I'm not doing it.
You're going to be ordered. It's my last will and
What if
testament.
he dies first?
I'm counting on
Yeah,
you.
what if I die first?
Let's be.
What if
real.
I die right after you? Specifically, like my heart
kill
is so
yourself?
broken because I lost my best bud that I can't do it.
Well, I have backups, but I am counting on you.
See the bag.
No. So
Smart. Very smart.
I know it won't get done. I'm better off having a random person try to fulfill the last will and testament than Aunt G. So
That's the letter. I ain't doing it. Rips it up.
No, I wouldn't even open it.
And it says on the envelope,
It would sit on
Brian's
my
last
dining
will
room
and
table
testament.
for like
You just
3 years. Are you ever gonna open this? Oh, give it to me.
It says it's his last will. Yeah, it's Brian.
Yeah. But this is my plan. I'm gonna share it with everybody.
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna write a script for a full movie that takes place at my funeral. Steve is it's a comedy, goofy comedy. Everybody's wearing
Madcap.
weird costumes and shit. Steve is dressed like a fireman. What's it a reference to? Jimmy, tell me why is Steve dressed like a fireman?
I know why.
I know Steve knows. I want to see if you could get it, Jimmy.
Wait, what the fuck is going on?
That's what I'm going for.
This is your funeral, and Steve's a
I'm a
fireman.
fireman.
Yeah.
It's very close to everything we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Why
it's
would
a
you go
reference to
The Tom Green show.
Tom Green when he had his ball surgery. He
His
made
best
Glenn
friend came
Humblick
in as a
run in
fireman.
dressed like a fireman.
Oh my god.
Why?
It's
Just
funny.
because it's funny.
That was during the surgery?
Right after, like as
Right
he's
after, yeah.
recovering.
Mhm.
So
He like woke up and he was there dressed as a fireman. He's just
there's gonna be strict limit to the people that can come in.
Mm.
Close set. There's gonna be a full screenplay, and everybody must be in weird costumes that are dictated to them.
Mhm.
There's good. Steve is
Do
tasked.
the other people know what their job?
They're gonna have lines. All the paper
Uh-huh.
is to be green so it can be keyed out. So everyone's gonna be walking like this with a script in their hand, which I think is very funny as well. That every character in this movie is like this. Steve is gonna be ordered along with Chuck, because I think the two of them can pull it off, to set the cameras up and mic the places where this movie will take place over the course of my funeral. They will film this while they're filming a behind the scenes documentary about them making this. And they are to complete this into my final film. And I want to be the first director to make a movie from Beyond the Grave.
Post-mortem.
Yes. And they are to finish my movie. And it's a weird thing that's like this weird zany thing that I'm going to try to sum up my entire life with. And everybody has a different part to play. And they are tasked with carrying out my final wish.
Does he
I hate
have
that. Like
a
you're
line?
He's still trying to like be famous.
It's not famous.
Yes, it is because he thinks it's going to be avant-garde and like people are going to know about this.
It's his
This is
final
MC
work,
Brain
yeah.
again.
Yeah. It's his
And-
final work.
And he's just like, but he can't think of a better way to do it other than die.
No, that's even if
I can't think of a better way to do it to pass on the work to me.
yeah.
I would do it for either of you guys.
Does he have lines?
Everybody has lines.
He should have a silent line. Like cut to ant.
I may just fucking cut him out and not let him.
What are you mad at me for?
You're not
You're
allowed
giving me
in.
shit.
You're
Who
not
gave
allowed
you
in.
shit?
You right just now.
Nah.
Jimmy, you want to be in?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, he's taking your place. You're not allowed in.
I want to be in the production.
No,
You were going to have a cool costume.
What's my costume?
You were going to be like a fucking knight.
Ow, sorry.
Oh, cool. Let's do that.
That's fucking not happening now.
Ah.
Now you're a peasant.
Jimmy Oompa Loompa.
Now you're just a peasant. You're
Um,
fucking nobody.
Yeah, and
Make him the Italian Santa.
yeah.
Oh, no.
No.
There you go. See,
Ah, that's
physically
good.
hurts. Physically hurts, doesn't it?
That was the worst experience ever.
But that's my funeral plan. So I do like Andy having the screen with the songs, you know,
Yeah, but his was nice. Yours is work. Yours is work for everyone involved.
from Beyond the
From
Grave.
Beyond the Grave.
I also think if people are doing that, nobody will actually be upset. They'd be more angry. This is what I want.
It would be like you were still alive.
Yeah, exactly. It's my final
It is
twist
a
of the
very
night.
Brian thing.
I feel it's fitting for
Very
it.
fitting. We got Clifton singing at the Comedy Store a year later, and I loved what they did here. Right? And I'm
Yes.
assuming we all do too. So you have Clifton singing, and you have his ex-wife and George there, like Devito. And then it's panning out across the crowds, and you see Bob Zmuda standing there, and it's like, oh, and he was on stage after his death. So it's kind of ambiguous about, what actually happened, which was, people were debating, like, is this still they're still debating it today.
That was put into the movie directly to play into the controversy,
Yes.
whether Andy's alive or not. In 2014, I believe, Bob Zamunda and
Zamunda.
Zamunda. I'm looking
The
for my
Royal
son.
Palace, Zamunda.
Yeah.
As long as you're asking, why not a cool million?
I'm talking to my son. But they're Bob and Lynn, Andy's wife or girlfriend, she and him wrote a book saying that it was a hoax, and Andy said he would appear within 30 years.
Yeah, he never did.
I think this is just bullshit and
Who's
Bob
he, Laura
fucking
Palmer?
with people.
Yeah, of course.
Wait,
Palmer?
what?
Yeah.
They wrote a book saying it was a hoax?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But they were like, he'll return in
If
30
it was a hoax, why
years.
would they give up the fucking bit?
Because it was supposed to be a 30-year cap.
What if he dies in the 30 years?
Well, that's the thing.
Well, it's a bit within a bit within a bit.
It's called Andy Kaufman, The Truth Finally by Zamuda and Lynn Margulis.
They made some extra cash. That's all.
Yeah, it's just a cash in. I don't
Yeah.
believe it. And in fact, Bob, they show in the Jim Carrey
Cobb?
documentary on Netflix that at one point Bob dresses up as Tony Clifton and goes to the Playboy Mansion,
Yeah.
and everyone thinks it's Jim Carrey playing,
Right.
Tony Clifton.
and it's actually Bob just doing like one last like fuck around.
Well,
with
he's been
people.
doing Clifton forever. He's still doing Clifton.
Really, he still
Yeah.
does them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Can you go see Clifton?
I know you could, even as recent as like 10 years ago. I know you could.
Really?
Yeah. And then Zamuda also started that comic relief thing, that like giant fucking oh god, that comedy show that was hosted by like Robin Williams, Billy Crystal, and Whoopi Goldberg.
Yes,
back
I
in
know
the
what you're talking
90s,
about.
to raise money for something. Zamuda created that too.
As recently as 2022 at Monsterpalooza, fucking Tony
Clifton
Clifton was there.
Oh, shit.
Monsterpalooza.
Monsterpalooza
Well, I think that's
2022,
when-
it said Tony
Isn't
Clifton.
2022 is when George passed away?
George Shapiro?
Yeah.
What about George? You were going to say the same thing. weren't
God
you?
damn it. We got 5 minutes.
Kruger, my son, you says your company stinks on.
What,
Well, hold on. I wrote a bit and Jimmy's got to do it.
hold on. Let me know what's on there before. Because if I'm wrong, then I'm great. But I have 48 on this, so I'm assuming it's 5. 5?
10.
Oh, all right. I don't. Okay.
All right. All right. So I
Official
wrote
Tony
this.
Clifton on Instagram.
Oh, there's a Tony Clifton.
Official Tony Clifton, and you can book him.
We
His
can
ma-
book him.
his
What's the
management's on
cost?
here.
What's the cost?
Can we get him
What's
on
the price
show?
tag for this?
That would be fucking
Thing is,
fun.
I'd be worried he destroys stuff around here. It's not us.
I'm going down the rabbit hole on the mic.
He's
We'll
like,
figure
oh,
this
what,
out.
what are these paintings? Just destroys
Yeah,
one.
it's
We'll be fucking fired.
All right. So this is called JIMpressions. It's a game I've invented where Jimmy's going to use his impression skills to portray people. Now there is a catch to
He
this.
does a good Clifton.
There is a clip. You do an Andy Kaufman too, right? Do all your Andy stuff.
What?
I don't think I do Andy, do I?
I thought you do Laka.
No.
Oh, so you
I
just do Tony.
Clifton, yeah.
Okay. So the catch is he has to portray these people.
Okay.
And he can only use the phrase I put down for them because it's easy if I'm doing like just Batman, for example,
Swear to
and
me.
I'm like, swear to me, you know. So it's all more common phrases that someone would say,
Okay.
and Jimmy's gonna say them and
You
try
wrote
to.
the phrase.
Hi, may I,
I
have
wrote
a
the
bottle
phrases.
of water?
It's something innocuous, like
That's actually almost the first one.
yeah, it's like,
Nailed
hey, can you pass me that over there? Things like that,
I got you.
innocuous things. So he's gonna use his impression skills.
And we guess who he's doing?
we have to
You gotta
guess,
guess, yeah.
So,
who the person is.
Some of
trying-
these I do. Now, obviously, I don't fucking do them with these lines, but some of these I actually do, and some of these I have no idea how I'm going to do.
All right, so
All right,
do the
let's
first one,
Go-
please.
do your best.
He's already dying. He's so proud of himself.
The first one is the
The
best.
first two, I don't know how to do either of these.
All right, try
Okay,
the
hold
first
on. I
one.
got to really think about this.
We might be able to guess it without him even doing an impression based on your laughter.
I got to think about how to do this.
Jim.
This
We're
is
doing a fucking show.
ridiculous. I know. I'm just gonna say it
Wing
like
it.
I'm just gonna say it like I would.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, can I get some water?
Ben Affleck.
Holy shit, you're good.
Wait, did I just get it?
You
You
did.
knew that was Ben Affleck.
Yes.
That was my guess as well.
You did.
Is it because of the Boston accent?
Yeah. He goes, I'm going to do it how I say it. There's only so many Boston actors.
What's
All
the
right.
next one? Mayor Menino.
Hold on. I'm gonna do the same way. Hey, can I have some apples, please?
Matt Damon.
This motherfucker's on a roll.
Get the fuck out of here.
I think he's nailing it.
It's great.
Sounds just like him.
It's great.
All right, now I'm
You
gonna
only
actually.
do actors with Boston accents.
Well, now these are ones I actually
You only
do,
did actors with
but I've
Boston
never fucking
accents.
said these lines before, so this is gonna get fucking weird. You're not gonna get any of these. Are you ready?
I almost did all Boston accents.
That would have been so fucking funny.
All right, this is gonna get fucking weird. You ready?
All right, yeah.
I would like a medium rare burger, please.
Christopher Walken?
Nope.
Is that
It's a fucking obscure one.
is that
kinda.
the kid who played fucking Zuckerberg?
Would you like to do it again, Jimmy?
Do it one more time.
I would like a medium rare burger, please.
Come on, you guys aren't getting this. How do you not get this?
He's doing the Walt thing.
I don't know.
He is
Brian.
doing the wall thing.
What is it?
You don't know? Do
No.
it. Do it again. One more try. Really hit it, because I think you could do it better.
I'm
And you know what?
doing...
If they don't get it, I'll give it a try.
Okay.
You wrote it. Oh, the accent.
The voice,
Oh,
yeah.
I would like a medium rare burger, please.
Is it Sheldon?
Nope.
I don't know.
You want to try and do it?
Well, I don't know why I'm grabbing
Yeah,
Jimmy's
I know.
mic.
Use your own
Yeah,
mic.
you know it.
All right. And I've never tried this guy before. All right. I would like a medium rare cheeseburger, please. It's-
Urkel?
No.
Is that from
bad.
fucking Twin Peaks?
Nope.
No.
Fucking no.
No.
I don't have this
What
voice
is
in my
it?
repertoire. It's Casey Kasem.
Oh.
I wouldn't.
Now, do your real
I
Casey
wouldn't.
Kasem?
The line I always use is,
I would
Uh,
like a medium rare cheeseburger.
yeah, the line I always use is,
I'm Casey
him
Kasem.
ordering fucking Chinese food. Sure. Want another one? 2.
Is that Howard
It would-
Stern?
yeah. It would mean a lot if you play it.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Next one's gonna be kind of
You should
Dog
Yes.
dying.
Yeah, that's exactly it. All right, this one should be pretty obvious. I would like 2 tickets, please. Oh,
It's Clay.
yeah.
Dice.
Nice.
Is that your usual dice?
Mine is after you swallow my gum, you get the fuck out. Oh. That's the dice I normally do.
JIMpressions, everyone.
I
Yes.
love Jim Carrey.
JIMpressions.
Is there more?
Yeah.
There's a
Oh,
bunch
there's a lot.
more. There's a bunch
We can't
more.
do that many though.
Just go.
Can I skip?
No, keep going.
Okay.
No.
No.
No, you can't.
This one's gonna be tough because I do this one, but you gave me such a weird line.
I gave you almost what he says, just more.
Yeah, but I don't do that line. It's fucked. All right. You unintelligent boob.
Ren?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. All right.
That was good.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
That's a big snake.
Samuel Jackson.
Say it again.
That's a big snake.
You know that common phrase people say.
Oh, Pacino. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a big ass.
It's a big snake.
I almost put that's a big ass, but I was like, they'll get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh God, this is getting okay. No, I got this one. 1 chocolate frosted milkshake, please.
Again?
You want to hear it again?
Yeah.
This is actually a line from the
It's
character.
actually a line from the character. Yeah. 1 chocolate frosted milkshake, please.
Is that Frosty?
No.
Happy birthday.
No.
1 chocolate frosted milkshake, please.
I don't know.
I have no clue who that is.
Do it again.
1 chocolate frosted milkshake, please.
I actually think I just don't know the person.
Who is it, Brian?
Homer.
Oh, okay.
What?
Homer Simpson.
Oh. I thought we were doing just actors.
No, he's got
Not
characters.
like
in
I
here.
mixed in a couple
characters.
characters.
He's got characters in here.
Oh.
All
Well,
right.
yeah, he did Ren.
Next.
All right, I don't know if anybody's gonna know this
one
one.
is fucking insane, but
Yeah.
he said he does it. So
I never
put it
said
in.
I did this.
I have a text message. I didn't just pull this out of my ass.
Really?
Yeah. So good fucking luck.
Okay. Yeah, you won't know this one. I have no snare in my headphones.
It's all the same.
All his impressions are identical.
They're all the
Do it again?
same.
I have no snare in my headphones.
Is that Eminem? Like what?
It's not Eminem.
You want to just tell them? They're not even gonna know who that is.
Richard Christie. They know who he
What,
is.
from
Richard
fucking
Christie?
Iced Earth?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What?
True, yeah, I forgot about Iced Earth.
He's like, I do Richard Christie. I was like, I'm putting him in the game. I don't know how anyone would ever
Howard
get
Stern.
that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. All right.
Oh God. See, these lines are fucked. All right. Can we at least tell them this is?
This is a character.
Thank you. Okay, this is a character. Okay, I'm trying. What's the line I always use?
Well, you can't use that. You got to use
I
your
know,
own.
but I'm trying to think
He's
of the
gotta
delivery.
activate the
I'm trying to think of the
voice.
delivery.
I could do the voice.
I can do the more.
I gotta fucking think about this.
We might have to switch that card.
What do you mean? You don't sound Joker doesn't sound like that. Dead air.
Fuck.
Come on.
I'm really trying.
Just give it
Hold
a
on.
whirl. Come on.
We can cut dead air. It's not an issue.
Yeah, we can cut dead air. Good God, I'm having a
No,
fucking heart
silence
attack
is
here.
funny. Just
Silence is
It is funny.
comedy. Yeah. All right. Hold
You
on.
laugh every time it
Hold
gets
on,
silent,
hold
though.
on. Let me get into this here.
get the
No method.
You,
No
you're
method.
fucking with my head so bad. I'm forgetting what the fucking actual lines I normally use are.
No method.
Well, I wanted to put restrictions because otherwise you're too good, and they would get it right away.
Too good.
I was texting Chuck this one. Like I was.
Oh yeah.
Chuck and I were sending each other this impression back and forth. Not this fucking quote though. All right. All right. I'm just gonna do it how I would do the
Do it.
normal line.
You got this.
You're a mean, nasty woman.
Trump?
No,
Oh,
it's a character.
You're a mean, nasty woman. It sounds like the fucking lady Monsters Inc.
Is it a cartoon?
No.
do it again.
Wazowski.
I bet you if I did the quote I normally do, they still wouldn't know what the fuck
Do
I'm
it.
Maybe
doing.
just do this one.
I'll do this one. You're a mean, nasty woman.
I actually don't think it's bad.
It's just
Can I give them the quote I always do?
Fine.
I'm gonna get you, and I'm gonna get Eddie, no matter what.
They'll never get
what
it from
the
that.
fuck is
No,
happening?
He probably hasn't even seen the movie, I
No.
would assume.
What the fuck is happening?
Is this a horror movie?
Yes.
Yeah, he's Chucky.
Oh, okay.
I thought you would go with you, bitch, you filthy slut.
You
Wouldn't
fucking
have got that
slut.
either.
No, that's the line I always quote.
Next one.
All right, now we're getting into it because I don't do any of these. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you have any spare change for me?
That sounds southern.
Do it again. Do it again, James. James.
James.
You don't like James?
No. Do you have any spare change for me?
It's not too bad. I feel like you could get it once you know
How
it.
many spare change for me?
Yeah,
Is that Alex Jones?
You know it.
No. Do it again. I think you gotta go a little deeper, more bassier. I think if I did it, you'd get it right
How
away.
many spare
Go,
change for
go
me?
ahead.
Do you have any spare change
Oh,
for
it's
me?
Barack Obama.
What?
Yeah.
That wasn't even remotely close. You thought it said it was good.
I could tell he was doing it, but it was bad. Do it again, Jimmy.
I will not.
No, please, come on.
Do you have
For
any
the
space
audience.
change for
Do
me?
you have any spare change for me?
You got to go deeper, a little deeper.
Who
Try it
cares?
again.
We got it. Next one.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, this one's good.
Jesus Christ.
That's a nice shirt, buddy.
Pauly Shore.
Holy sure.
Buddy was not there. That is
wasn't.
disqualified and thrown out.
It wasn't, but I didn't know how else to do it.
That's a
All right,
nice
ready?
shirt.
Oh no, I lost my keys.
Mr. Bill?
I wrote it with Mr. Bill in mind.
It's not Mr.
It's
Bill?
not Mr. Bill, but I was thinking.
Oh no, I lost my keys.
Because I knew he would sound like Mr. Bill.
I don't have your money here. It's at
No, you're fucking cheating. Shut your
Bill's
fucking mouth.
house and Fred's house.
He's a
Cheating. That's not even a quote from him.
Yes,
I don't
it is.
know.
That's a Simpsons quote.
No
He was
clue.
dead by the time The Simpsons was on.
I don't know.
Do it again.
Yeah,
Do it again?
yeah, it's-
Oh no, I lost my keys.
All right,
I don't
I'll
know
give it
what-
a try. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh no, I
No.
lost my
Jimmy
keys.
Stewart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what is this? Did I
maybe
get?
Jim isn't a great impressionist.
Yes, he. Have you not been paying attention? He's electric.
Did I give you this one? Did I give you this?
You
next one?
said you do this.
They're not even gonna know who this is. Good lord!
You said you. All of these are things you said he does.
I did. Was I on drugs?
And he was texting me videos of it as he's driving. He's texting videos of him doing the impressions.
I did.
And they're so bad.
I did. You didn't even spell his name right, which tells me that you don't even know who this is.
I know who it is. I
You
just have
do?
a bad speller. Yeah.
They're not gonna know who this is.
If he spelled the name wrong, it's got to be something
I do
difficult.
these guys.
You know who this
I'm not
is?
cutting this.
They're not gonna know who this
This
is.
is staying in.
I would never be able to hear his voice and tell you who it is. But he said he could do them, so good fucking luck.
Yeah, good luck. You'll never know this one.
Do it.
I really enjoyed that motion picture.
I did add a context clue for this one.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
The line
Thank God.
that me and Michelle say all the time is, they even have really good salads. You'll never know who the fuck this is. You'll never know who
And
this
it's
is.
like dumb fit.
You'll never know
Is
who
it
this
Ed
is.
Wood?
No.
That's a good guess.
How many more of these do we fucking
There's only
have?
a couple more.
Oh,
There's 3 more.
thank
Jesus
God.
Brian.
Christ.
Who was he doing?
Richard Roper.
Who?
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't know what he sounds like.
Exactly.
All right.
This
got
guy
this.
is crying.
Wait, Richard
This
Roper.
motherfucker is crying.
Richard Roper, the columnist?
Yeah. He was a film critic.
He's doing
I used to watch him every
and
week.
sending me videos of them.
Me and Michelle quote him all the fucking time, but no one would know who that is.
Fuck.
Oh god.
All right.
Now
There's three left.
now these are like classics, but I don't fucking do them.
You should be able to get them. All right. Do this one. Come on.
This is brutal.
If they're
Okay.
classics, it's more fun.
They're classics, but I'm gonna suck at this. Hey, buddy, your shoe is untied.
Adam West.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh.
All right.
Oh god, I fucking hate this. This
got
is like
this.
this
You
is
got
like
this.
fucking. Oh god. All right.
It's 2 more, right?
Two more,
Impressions
thank
is-
God.
It's one of my most brilliant.
He's
bits.
so proud of this. He's been pushing this on me for fucking 2 years.
Ed loves it, right?
This is fantastic.
I tried to get
2
him.
years?
Oh, for years.
I tried to get this as a Tell Him Steve Dave bit.
I can't believe Walt didn't want
This is
this.
great.
I think this is
This
incredible.
is great. Every one of your impressions is identical, Jim.
They're all Ben Affleck.
Oh god. You know, I've never attempted this.
All right. Well,
Literally
try.
everybody does it. I've never attempted this.
Okay.
trying to think of how to say it.
Do you ever put these voices on so Michelle feels like she's with another man? Because every time you speak, I feel
It's
like you
enchanting.
left the room.
He does these impersonations. I swear, you would think it was the real people.
Oh, you condone this?
Next time I come home, it's gonna be like I got Jimmy the Hair Guy taste in my mouth.
Oh god, I hate this. All right, you ready?
Ready? Yeah.
I want justice for that rodent.
Trump.
Yeah,
That wasn't too bad.
that's literally the first
That
time
was
I've
his
ever
best one, I
attempted
think,
that.
honestly.
No, his best one was Ben Affleck.
Oh, yeah.
I got that instantly.
I know you do this one.
Oh, well, now they'll get it.
Yeah, I know.
George Lucas.
Yep.
Well, give it a try. I want to
Nailed it.
I fucking.
What'd he say?
I don't know. He's enjoying himself. Fuck. I'm basically gonna be doing it, but way worse.
Give it a try. My Adam West is Ralph Garman's Adam West.
Yeah, of course. And Lucas sounds like fucking
Kermit the Frog.
I was gonna say Ace Frehley, right?
No,
No.
Ace Frehley is like a drunk.
Sure, baby.
My Ace Frehley is like, you need the coffee and the cake.
That sounds like a Jewish George Lucas.
No, George Lucas is lower.
The last time I was over here, they didn't even have a bridge.
Oh fuck. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
My nipples are erect. Would you have gotten that?
Yes. My nipples are
This is from
erect
the
immediately,
show
George
context,
Lucas.
Yeah.
That's JIMpressions, a game that will surely return.
I don't ever want to do that again.
We're doing it. That's like-
Obviously, I will, but I don't want to.
That's like a staple now.
Obviously, I'll do that forever. But
I enjoyed that so much.
I remember driving and sending you the clips.
Yeah. I couldn't make out like almost any of them. The car is also so loud as he's speeding down the highway.
Yeah, I don't know where I was going, but I'm like, he can't wait another minute. I have to fucking send these
And
now.
he's sending like 4 or 5 of them in a row as I'm trying to guess.
That's if you want to know the way when Walt texts me that he needs something, I literally whatever I'm doing, driving, working, whatever I'm doing, I drop everything to fucking immediately start texting back everything I can. Like, and that happened with you. I'm like, he can't wait 10 minutes. Like, this opportunity might fucking pass. I gotta fucking start sending him shit immediately.
Don't die to text me, please.
Opportunity. He's been asking him for a 30-second thing.
I know.
He hasn't done it for like 2
I know.
years.
I
You're
know.
good.
I know. He's been asking me for a while, and
I'm
know,
glad we were finally able to do Jimpressions.
I'm not.
That was
but
nuts. What do we rate the movie?
Oh yeah, we did a movie.
Yeah, we did a movie, believe it or
oh,
not.
God.
I'm gonna give it an 8. I really like this movie a lot.
Yeah.
7.
Okay.
That's good. I give it a 9.
All right.
Wow.
I think it's the
High
performance is
scores.
really good.
Do you even need to ask me?
You can give it a 10.
10?
Yes. Oh yeah, that's a 10-star, baby.
Jim,
That's
can you
good,
sing
that's
the
good.
REM song to play us out?
Play us out. What does that mean?
Which
to play us out?
which one? Great
Man in
Beyond or
the
Man on the
Man in the
Moon?
Moon.
You know, the cavemen's advancing. It's Tony Clifton.
I guess.
I gotta bring Murray.
I mean, he needs longer hair, but
Got the
Nice.
chicken wings from Kentucky
Ah.
Fried.
nice.
All right, that's a
Good
good
one.
one.
If you believe they put a man on the moon, man on the moon. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If
I'm
you
wet.
believe-
I'm pushing an elephant up the stairs. That's the other one.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Andy, did you hear about this one?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
We're done.
Andy, are you goofing on Elvis? Hey, baby.
Are you having fun?
Wait, silence.
Love it. I want to give a big shout
All
out
right.
to.
All right. Say bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you for
Thank
listening.
Thanks,
Watching.
guys. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you to Jim.
Thank you for joining
Thanks,
us.
Jimmy.
Thanks for
Always
You
having
got
a
me.
anything
pleasure.
you want to plug?
Plug away.
Your movie?
Oh yeah, I was in a movie. It's kind of based on true shit, so you guys can totally do it for the pod. It's called Off Ramp. It's about juggalos, and I'm in it. It's I only have a line, but
I play the rape victim, which is also a true
I play
story.
my- I play
There's a
I
movie
play myself.
about juggalos that you're in,
yeah.
and it's real.
Mhm.
I
You're
own
playing
it. I bought it.
yourself, But we've got to do it.
Yeah, why wouldn't we do this?
And the director is willing to come on if you want to have him for another movie or whatever. But
Yeah, we got to do it.
yeah,
obviously
yeah.
I have to do this, yeah.
yeah,
Whoop whoop.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah. It's called Off Ramp. It's pretty good. I'm
You
in
play
it.
yourself?
Yeah, I have one line, but I get mentioned.
Stop raping me.
I get mentioned. I get mentioned by name early in the film. Jesus Christ.
It feels too good.
It's 2
This
lines.
juggalo
It's 2
gangbang
lines.
is fulfilling all of my dreams.
There is some kind of fucked up shit in it. No rape. I don't think. Good Lord.
I love you,
And
Jim.
We're
yeah,
gonna do
tell him
that. We're gonna
Steve
do that.
Dave. and all
I
that
do
good
want to
stuff.
tell you,
do
I
that.
do consider you one of my best friends.
Oh yeah, likewise.
Because I love ragging on you.
likewise. Oh yeah, I know. Don't I know it?
I keep touching him. Stop it. You're bothering me now.
He's nice. He's soft. Succulent.
Goodbye.
Juicy.
I want to give a big
us
shout out. Tell him
All right.
Steve Dave. Thank you for letting us use your studio.
He knows the
Walt
whole
Bright.
thing.
Get
I,
him.
I think the audience can do it with me sometimes. Which I actually, the outro, a lot of it I got from With Gorley and Rust, which is a show I know you like.
Mhm. Love it.
I'm gonna try to get Matt Gorley on.
That'd be something.
Which he's at my podcasting Mount Rushmore.
I'm
But-
gonna try to get off.
Guys, before real quick, make sure you're going on bandcamp.com. Your follow reviewing history on Bandcamp so you get the alert the second the new album drops on Black Friday. 2 podcasts.
I didn't mean for that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right in the middle of the plug, no less.
It helps you too, dickhead.
I know. I'm sorry.
All right.
It was an accident.
So it is funny.
It's so fitting.
All right. This is why you should never turn the show off early, even during the outro, because you never know what's going to fucking happen.
Fucking staring at clouds. I'm listening to elevator music.
This is all gonna stay in, right?
Oh, this is 100% staying in.
Good.
All right. But, guys, bandcamp.com, go and follow Reviewing History on there. You'll be alerted the second the new album drops. It's $5. It's dropping Black Friday at the stroke of midnight. So 12 o'clock a.m. It'll be right there for you to buy. It helps us. It helps the show stay alive, and it's a ton of fun. There's a Die Hard full podcast about Die Hard. We have a full show with games and guests. The only guest I'm going to tell you for sure that's going to be there is Jimmy, and he's going to do more JIMpressions.
Oh, God. Jesus.
Yup, we're doing JIMpressions again.
Oh, God.
So if you like JIMpressions, you're there. And if you don't like it, it's not going to happen. It's just fucking like Enya.
It's Black Friday.
I don't want to get flagged. Come on.
Already flagged.
Anyway, bandcamp.com, Reviewing History. Please go do check that out. I want to give a big thank you to Tell 'em Steve, Dave, Brywalt, Q, Get 'em. Last record down in the studio. We greatly appreciate it. Go to Our View History Pod on Twitter, Reviewing History Pod everywhere else, reviewinghistorypod.com for the exclusive merch for this year's Christmas special, which will be going away on Christmas Day. That's the last day to get it for this year, and it will never return. So, once in a lifetime chance to grab some collectible Reviewing History merch. Also, Our View History Pod on Twitter, Reviewing History Pod everywhere else. Follow me, Percy, on all social media at Brian Rupert. That's with 2 P's. Follow me on Letterboxd and rank and review every single movie I watch, even the ones in my personal life. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time. Bye. Yeah, that's good.
I forgot what.
I am the P-Man!